Hey, hooray, 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 hooray. Wonderful. All right, I can see you, Anna.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, I love your accent. I just want to listen to you all day long.
Italian accent is always recognizable.
So beautiful. This is just magnificent. Oh, it's just beautiful. I think I must have had some past lives in Italy because I so relate to Italian people. You're very like warm and effusive and, you know, gesticulating with the hands.
Yeah, we cannot speak without using hands.
Exactly. How do you mute in Italian? Tie their hands, right? Yeah, I know. I swear, I really relate to that. And just such a passionate, passionate people. I feel like Italian and Spanish, like, you know what I mean? Like that culture, it's like warm Latin sort of culture. It's just so beautiful. And I'm going to unmute you, Joy. So Joy, I think we can hear you too. I'm sure we have some other people popping on. Whoever joins us, and whoever doesn't join us, they'll hear the replay, you know. So you ladies were so smart in divine timing to join into the Wisdom School in just the perfect time where you have like so many crazy amount of bonuses, right? It's like, it's perfect. So I'm so happy to have you here. And I would love to answer any questions that you have too, like if you need any help with the portal or anything like that. I want to make sure that you're like jumping in and kind of moving along at your own pace. The nice thing about all the resources is you can do them in any order. So it's not like sequential, like you have to do module 1 or you have to do silver first, then gold, whatever. There's no rules. We just suggest that you print out your table of contents, print out your PDFs. You know, if you like to have hard copies, I'm a hard copy girl. I like to write things on paper. I like books that have papers, you know.
So as well, I needed to mark.
Yeah, you can write on it. You kind of can own it. You can make it your own, you know. And when I used to be a classroom teacher, one of my many careers before I finally, you know, purpose. But we had a gifted and talented education. I did a lot of trainings, and what they would call that is text rendering. There's an official word for that in pedagogical education. It is called text rendering. And that means when you write on, you know, a book or a workbook or anything, and you're writing your notes in the margin, right? And didn't we do this when we were like in high school and in college? You know, you write notes, you have Post-its, you have highlighters, you know, you do things with it. It's like, so you are allowed to do that with all this. Make it your own, you know, claim it as much as possible. And even ask questions like, oh, this makes me think of this, or see page 58. I mean, you know, you can do whatever you want. And that's going to help you enjoy it and help you remember it more. Marjan is here. Yay! Welcome, Marjan. I'm so happy we get to do this for you guys, for the new students. Jan may also be joining us, and she's an established student who also assists with the Wisdom School. And Russell has been working with me for a while, and he has a ticket here too because he was in Wisdom School, and then he took a hiatus for a couple of months. And then he came back in during this special window of time with this bonus session, so he gets this bonus one too. So we may see Jan and Russell and a few of the other new students too. But this is really, really small. Normally, the Guidathons, we normally have maybe 25 people have a seat for it. They don't all come. Not everyone attends live, and not everyone has questions for HeartSeat. But this group, we only have 9. You know, even are invited. So we might have 3, you know, you 3 are here. That may be all we have. Maybe we're going to have 5 or 6 or 7 or whatever. But it's really, really small. So it's nice. You get a lot of personal attention. And in general, that's how I like to roll. I have created 12 different online courses in the last 10 years. That's pretty amazing, right? 12 courses. But when I attended someone else's course, a few times this happened to me. I was so frustrated because when you sign up for some things, you're like, oh, yay, you know, I'm going to have all these calls. I'm going to have all this attention. And then I would go on these calls and there would be 400 people. And I would keep raising my hand and asking my question. And I keep typing on the Facebook and emailing and raising and asking and going, hey, 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 answer my question, and nothing, like crickets, you know, they never would answer me. I'm like, oh my God, I pay you $11,000 and you can't answer my freaking question. They're coming on the call every single time. It's crazy. So I totally decided that is not how I run my programs. I'm making sure that you guys, the level where you have live support, it's no more than 30 people in the gold level, like ever, you know? So silver, we can have a lot of people because they don't normally have the one-on-one. Some of you guys came in silver and you have this special private session. You have this, not one-on-one, it's a live session, you know? You have a live session in silver, which is super extra duper special. So, without further ado, welcome. I'm so glad to have you. And we're gonna just jump in. The first thing I want to jump in with is I would like to ask your intentions. What are your intentions? And you can have a piece of paper, you can have a journal, however you like to write things down. It's great to have a pen and a beverage because we're going to be here for a while. We're going to be here for probably about 2 hours, is what I would guess. Sometimes the gold Guidathon sessions go 3 hours. We had even one 4 hours. We take a break in the middle if they're really long like that, but it's like literally like a half day together. That's why we call it an online retreat. So it's more than just like a session. It's like an online retreat. Great. So we're going to get into your sessions and your gratitudes. Hi, Miss Joy.
Hi.
So happy to see you. Joy was one of our beautiful goddess sisters who came to the Mount Shasta retreat in May. So that was so wonderful to be in the magic sacred space with you, Miss Joy. So I'm so happy to have you here in Wisdom School now as well. Yeah, so why don't we start with a little prayer? So I'm good. We'll start with a little prayer meditation and we'll get into our intentions. And we're going to have a channeling, probably from Archangel Michael. 90% of the time it's Archangel Michael. Sometimes it's a different archangel. Occasionally I have a channeling from Jesus Christ, which totally blows my mind as a nice Jewish girl from New York, right? It's like, wow, Jesus, you know, but he doesn't have any limitations. He was a nice Jewish boy from Bethlehem, right? He doesn't care, right? What someone's religion is. I mean, people created a religion based on him, but his religion was love. He was just a messenger of love, you know, just compassion and just a living like bodhisattva avatar example for all of us, you know. By the way, I've shared this with you. One of my favorite pictures of Jesus is laughing Jesus.
Nice.
I saw this on someone's refrigerator, one of my students, and I said, oh my God, is that Jesus? He's laughing. Because, you know, you almost always see him crying and suffering and so miserable, and he's bleeding, he's on the crucifix, he's on the cross and like suffering. Why are we focusing on the suffering? Why are we focusing on the negativity? He was about love, right? You know, God didn't put us here to suffer and be miserable. So I love this. There's a website called Laughing Jesus. I think it's literally called laughingjesus.com. And you can get these. And I sometimes send them like to people, you know, just for like put it into a card or something, you know, and then they love them. So Laughing Jesus. So Jesus is making himself known here. And it's like they say with the angels, angels can fly because they take themselves lightly. Right? So our approach here in Wisdom School is personal growth can be fun. Spiritual growth, enlightenment, it's important, okay? It is important and it's crucial, but it doesn't have to be somber, right? So we can have fun on this journey, you know, and lighten up. So that seems to be one of our themes today already. I can feel you ladies' energy. This is great. I love it. So let's jump into a prayer together, and then we're going to go from there. We have lots of great, wonderful things we get to do today, so thank you. Let's take a few deep breaths, go into our hearts. You can have your hands together or over your heart or just whatever feels right. I'm so grateful and honored to be in sacred service with my beautiful soul sisters and brothers here in Wisdom School of Light. Thank you, Archangel Michael, in particular, for founding this beautiful academy for learning and for healing and for spiritual connection and inspiration and transformation. We are so overjoyed to be here. And thank you for making me one of your messengers and emissaries here on earth, giving thanks to all of the angels, all of the divine guides, God, holiest of holies, the goddess, divine mother, and all of her forms. Thank you, Kuan Yin. Thank you, Isis. Thank you, Mother Mary. Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you, Yemaya. Thank you, Kali. Thank you, Pele. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Saraswati. Thank you, Aphrodite. Venus. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you to all of our guides, seen and unseen, named and unnamed, known and unknown. We know that there is a tremendous, infinite, truly infinite amount of divine support for each and every one of us and for our family members. And we ask our prayers as we send our prayers up and out and down and all around and also within. And we hold one another's prayers as sacred, and we support each other in a synergy, magical synergy of sacred space here. And we put the prayers forth for ourselves and also for our loved ones, for our nearest and dearest. And some of us may be parents or aunts or uncles, grandparents, daughters, sons. We have lots of people in our lives who are very precious to us. And everyone has something they need help with, or sometimes more than one thing. So our prayers today here in Wisdom School and from this moment onward are that we can be the best versions of ourselves that we can possibly be, that to help us be God's hands and voice here on earth so that we can be living embodiments of love. And we can be glowing lights that help to restore people's hope, their faith, their positivity, that we inspire minds and hearts everywhere we go, that we live as living inspirations to other people, that people look at us and say, wow, look how far she or he has come. And look at that beautiful way that they have about them, that beautiful way of glowing and of just lighting up a room and lifting the vibration of every space that they're in. And this is who we are. This is how we are. This is what we choose to be. This is how we choose to live. And we choose to, beloved, to live in remembrance of our oneness with you. We know that all concepts of separation are, as Archangel Michael says, an illusion, confusion, delusion. There is no separation. There is no separation between us and the divine. There is no separation between us and our dreams. There is no separation between us and our deepest heart's desires. So we are right here and right now giving ourselves full permission, fuller permission even than that, even fuller, all the way, just like throttling wide open, opening to full permission to live our best lives, to have ever increasing health and wealth and love and happiness. We set our intentions to connect more clearly, more consistently, more lovingly, more wisely, more joyfully with you, our ultimate source of all blessings and all goodness, our Creator. Thank you, God. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And may all beings be blessed by all that we do together. Always. Amen. And so it is. Amen, amen, amen. Can we get an amen? I'm going to unmute you guys. I want to hear an amen or an A women. Amen. A women. Blessed be. Hooray. Were you muting yourself because of the doggy? Somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. My little Poochie, he's taking a nap. Now you'll see him later. I don't want to bother him. He's napping, but sometimes Loki will make an appearance here. I'm also a huge animal person, animal lover. So how do you feel now that after this prayer, what did this touch inside of you? What does this open up inside of you? I want to hear from all of you, your intentions. A couple of different ways you can share. You can share here in our chat. And I'm putting here is our chat. And depending what device you're on, you might see it on the side of the window, like next to me, like look over there or there. Or you might see a number that, like a little number that pops up. That's like how many people have typed in the chat or how many chats there are for you to look at or whatever. So click on that number where it says chat. And then you can type in there and say hello. And I love to hear where everybody's joining us from here. So this is Sage from sunny California. I hope you guys who celebrated had a fun holiday yesterday too. And I had a really nice divine conversation with Archangel Michael yesterday on the 4th of July. It's Independence Day, right? But we talked about so much more than just like political independence. We talked about individual independence and autonomy and freedom. And we also talked about interdependence, that the ultimate goal is not just like, hey, I'm an island, I have everything here unto myself, right? You know, and especially here in America, there's such a concept of that, like, oh, pick yourself up by your bootstraps, you know, push forward, always there's another goal, go. But in fact, we're interconnected. We need to enjoy the ride. We need to support each other. It's a co-creation, right? So you get to sort of eavesdrop on my conversation yesterday morning with Archangel Michael. I literally had his typed conversation, and you can be like the butterfly on the wall listening in. So I put that on our Facebook. It's for that one I put out for free too for everybody, so you can share that one with anybody. But this is why, you know, as we're awakening more and more, we're going through this awakening on planet Earth, right? We know we're going through an intense time. There's a lot of craziness, you know, environmental issues, political instability, financial ups and downs, and a financial system that's not fully in alignment with a lot of our values, right? You guys know what I mean, right? Give me a thumbs up if you know what I'm talking about, right? Thank you. Joy, I want to see your smiling face. I just see your static image. I want to see you. You can put your video on. We're not gonna care if you're having a good hair day or a bad hair day. I swear, I have no makeup on, okay? Zero makeup.
Jammies.
And I'm thinking of growing in my gray. So you're actually going to see me with my crone chakra for like a few months. Yeah, because like I'm tired of dyeing it. You know, I've been dyeing it for like 10 years. I went gray like kind of early. And from my face, you can see I'm kind of youthful looking, you know, and my vibrancy is still here. So I think I might like look really nice with the silver. I don't know. I like long hair. It's going to take a while for this to be this long. So it's going to be a little crazy looking for a while. But once in a while I put a spray, you know, I put the dark spray if I want to do that. But I'm just tired of it just feels like inauthentic now at this point. For a while it felt fine. It was just like, I'm not ready to look like an old lady. I want, you know, I want to look youthful, and I wanted the dark hair to look youthful, but now I just feel like it's inauthentic. So something has shifted in me. So I'm just kind of rocking the silver right now. So that's what that is. It's not like, oh, Sage was too lazy to fix yourself up for us.
Let it glow.
It's a conscious intention. I'm kind of going natural, you know. But anyway, I say that because sometimes people are shy, you know, on these video calls, especially in a new group where you don't know people yet. You're like, oh, you know, my house is messy. You know, I didn't do my makeup today, whatever. Nobody cares, okay? We're here for your spirit. We're here for who you are inside. So don't be shy with us.
I just need a good spot.
Here. It's just love here. This is the place for love. So as we're awakening, we sometimes outgrow some of the people in our lives, you know, like we're moving faster than them. We still may love them. We still may have relationships with them. Some of them, of course, have family. You know, we're not going to just like abandon them, right? But sometimes we kind of are evolving faster than other people. And there can be like a gap. It's Mr. Russell Burke. Yay! One of my favorite people in the world. Russell, woo! So we're talking about how as we're on our accelerated path, sometimes we notice other people around us, like they still haven't taken whatever that is, the red pill or the blue pill from the Matrix. Remember that movie? Like whichever pill that is, that like all of a sudden you wake up and you realize like, whoa, everything is not as I thought. You know, this is a whole other level of reality here. And a lot of spiritual teachers nowadays talk about 5D. Archangel Michael and I say, it is not 5D, people. It is infinite D. There's no 5D. How could God create a reality with a limit on it? There's no like, oh, I ran out at 5. God didn't run out at 5 dimensions. That's all I can do. And 5 like levels to the universe. No, it's infinite. Okay. So a lot of people are living in kind of like a 4D in the sense of, you know, these dimensions, right? The XYZ axes. I have a math degree, by the way. I love math. I love science. I bring in the science here sometimes too. And then time, you know, being the 4th dimension. Another way of looking at it is a lot of people are living in their lower chakras. A lot of people are living in their lower 2 chakras or 1 chakra or 3, you know, if they're into like power and money, then they're up as high as their 3rd. If they have people they love in their lives, then they're living with their 4th. They have some people, like an inner circle of people that they give and receive love with. If they're expressing their creativity and their purpose in the world and they're really speaking their truth, then they're now in the 5th. But there's not that many people even in 5th or 6th and 7th, like really, really striving to live intuitively. And that's something that Russell does too in his new private practice, which is wonderful, as an intuitive counselor. So as we're living more in more dimensions of reality and in more aspects of ourselves, like full chakra living, we kind of look around sometimes and we go, wow, like a lot of people aren't, well, they're not there yet. You know, they're not like living in that universe. So we go through a phase where it can feel lonely, right? We go through a phase where we can feel like the black sheep or the rainbow sheep or the purple sheep and everybody else is the white sheep having fun over here. And we're looking at things like in a totally different way, going, wait, you know, asking more questions and going more deeply. So this is why when we're in that phase of we're rapidly accelerating and we're realizing that a lot of people around us aren't, we still can love them. We don't have a judgment. It's just a reality check, right? And they're going to move at their own pace and hopefully we can inspire them and we can help some of them along the way, right? But we need to be with other tribe members who are also on a rapidly accelerating path. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Because otherwise we feel like we're in it on our own. We feel like the crazy person who's like seeing lights and like hearing messages and having all kinds of crazy weird dreams and, you know, having like visions of heaven on earth or like totally different ways to do things or these creative ideas. And as you're awakening, this is happening more and more and more. And you can't talk to everybody about these things or they think you're crazy woo-woo. You know, like, what are you talking about? You know, that stuff's not real. You know, they're going to put you in a padded cell. So you have to have people where you can be crazy woo-woo with who get it and who are there with you and are like, yes, that's so great that that happened to you. I love that. Something like that happened for me, you know, and you have this incredible, you know, spark that happens. So this is what we have here in Wisdom School. A lot of you guys are in a 6-month enrollment. I just want to let you know, Wisdom School doesn't end 6 months from now, okay? It started about 6 months ago. It started like 7 months ago. It started last like November. We had enrollment last October. And then last November, we had our first sessions and our first content getting released to everybody. So it's been about 7 or 8 months, okay? There's no end in sight for Wisdom School. When people say, how long are you going to be doing Wisdom School? As long as Archangel Michael and I want to do Wisdom School. I think we're going to be doing this for years. I think this is going to just continue to evolve and grow, you know, and some people are in it for this period of time and some people are in it for a long, long time, you know, whatever feels right for you. So don't feel like it's ending in 6 months, okay? You can renew if you want. You can not renew, whatever, you know, is right for you. That's totally what we support. But we're going to be keeping doing this because I asked him like a few weeks ago, I said, are we going to run out of topics? You know, like wherever you talk about all these different things, you know, like you'll see in the content that you already have, there's a lot of stuff in there, right? And I was like, we don't run out of ideas. And he's like, name a topic. So whatever I named at the moment, I don't remember. It might have been freedom or something. And he's like, anything, any word, any of your students name any word he has the information for you. How cool is that? It's like any question you have about your life, about the universe, about the nature of reality, about healing, about spirituality, anything, Archangel Michael will answer our question. And one thing I love to do here, and I love to see happen as you're in wisdom school, as you're doing the practices, and you're making this more like a way of life, like, oh, I can talk to my angels. Oh, I can ask a question and write the answer. You know, oh, I can pay attention to the energy. I can notice how it feels in my body. I can follow the light. I can follow my bliss. As you're living your life more like this, you are going to be getting the divine downloads, okay? You're already getting divine downloads. It's not always, oh, it's the Sage and Michael show, okay? Like, hoo-ha, like we love to be the Sage and Michael show too, right? But it's you, okay? If something that you hear from me or even Archangel Michael through someone else is not in alignment with something you believe and you know to be true deep in your heart and soul and your mind and body, you follow what you believe, okay? Don't hand me your power. No, all right? This is not like you're going to become like a sort of sage clone. You're not here to be a sage clone. I am here to be the best sage version that I can be. But Anna's here to be the best Anna. Joy is going to be the best Joy. Margin's going to be the best Margin. Russell's going to be the best Russell, okay? So your version of truth may be a little different sometimes, right? We're looking at the elephant. Someone's touching it. They think it's a snake. Someone's touching, they think it's something else. You know, that one about the elephant, all the different blind people touching the elephant. So, you know, we're all human. We all have different perspectives. We have different gifts. Please know that you can share on our Facebook group, okay? We're very supportive on our Facebook group. The only thing we ask you not to go into is like, we don't really do politics. We don't like whine, you know, it's a place for focusing on positivity. But if you need help with something, if you're like, man, I just had the shittiest 3 days and I just don't know how to get unstuck, you know, all this crap's been happening and I don't know why, or I haven't been able to meditate all week. I keep trying to meditate. I keep getting pulled off track. You know, whatever it is, right? You've got something kind of going on where you've got like a bumpy thing going on. You can share that with us, but tell us your truth. Like, I need help. I don't know what's happening. Can somebody, you know, send me some energy, give me a suggestion, you know, whatever. You can reach out and ask for help when you need help. It's not like it has to be only 100% positive and love and light. But we don't want to be like, we don't want whining. That has not been a problem yet, I think, because Archangel Michael screens the people. Honestly, we don't have too many drama queens and kings, you know, showing up in wisdom school. I think because you guys who are attracted to wisdom school are at a higher level of evolution where you don't want to be like, you don't want to be sitting there spinning around in negative, you know, you realize that that doesn't move you forward. In Hawaii, we had a saying for that. It's a cool word. I'm going to put it in the chat. I love this word. It's called pilikia. That is a Hawaiian word that means drama and trauma. And you know how there are some people who just like attract that, and they leave it in their wake. Like, you know, it's like, oh my God, not again, you know. And sometimes we outgrow friendships with people like that, or even family members where we have to be like, okay, I'm putting you several concentric circle layers out, you know, like you're no longer in this inner circle or the next rung. You're like out there several rings out. You know, we have concentric circles with our people and also with our spiritual guides and stuff. So the Hawaiian word, that means drama and trauma. We had a Hawaiian teacher when I lived in Hawaii. She taught me a guideline for life. She says, no more than 5 minutes of pilikia. Everybody needs to whine a little bit. Sometimes we have our days, right? We're human. We're going to have our days with moments. So once in a while, you can whine, but no more than 5 minutes, or the pilikia police will come get you. And they'll be like, no, that's enough, okay? What do you want instead of that? How can you shift that, right? Focus on what you want to create instead of that. Look at your energy. What is it that you need to shift about your energy? Because the answer is always about your energy, right? Energy is everything, and everything is energy. You're going to hear us say that like 10,000 times here in wisdom school. It's all about when you can master your energy, and you can master your beliefs, you can master your thoughts, you will master your life. The emotions will fall into place. You will feel better. Your inspiration will be happening. Your intuition will be more active. You'll trust your intuition more. So much is about your energy and your beliefs, right? So who's with me so far? You guys with me? Right? Okay, good. So what are your intentions for the rest of the year? We're halfway through the year, right? So what are your intentions? Those of you guys who are here live, what are your intentions for the rest of the year? Go ahead and type, and you can type it in our little chat. I also made a Facebook Messenger chat. If you prefer to type there, it's just us who would see that. Here is our Facebook Messenger chat. Those of you guys who are in Gold Wisdom School now, or may upgrade to Gold at some point, we have a separate messenger chat that's ongoing there that's called Gold Wisdom School Chat. And you'll see it in your little messenger section. And we don't type there like every day necessarily, but when we have something to share that feels appropriate to put in there instead of on the Facebook group, that's a place like I'll put, for example, info about the upcoming Gold sessions or things like that. And we run our angelic money Reiki sessions on that Gold chat. So just want to let you know that. All right. So what are you guys' intentions? What are your intentions for the year? And you can also just wave at me and I'll unmute you and you can talk with your mouth instead of typing. So who wants to start? What are your intentions for the rest of the year? Good question, right? It's a good question. Sometimes it's easier to type, like think when you're typing or writing. And that's why we have that possibility. Or sometimes you just want to talk, you know? And I am going to check in with all four of you guys. There's no kid hanging in the back of the classroom at Wisdom School. Nobody hides in the back of the bus, the back of the classroom. Nuh-uh. We gather you all up to the front. And we're like, okay, how are you doing? How can we support you? What's happening for you? What question do you got? So everyone is going to get a hard seat today. Everyone, guaranteed. And I love to hear what your intentions are. Like, what do you want to take to the next level? What does it feel like you need to expand? You want to expand. I'm going to actually give you some keywords, and you can do some journaling on this. You can journal in your paper or your journal, and then you can share by talking or typing, or you can just talk or just type anyway. So what needs to be expanded? What needs to be released? You can even put them in the reverse order because you kind of release before you expand. But we're sort of doing both all the time, really. So it's okay. What needs to be expanded? What needs to be released? What do you need clarity about? That's a big one, right? A lot of people want more clarity. What needs to be healed? I would say those are our big four. What needs to be released? Expanded, which would be like the same as manifested. You need more clarity about. What do you need to heal? Okay, so those are your four questions. So we'll give you guys a few minutes to feel into that. I'm going to have a few sips of my tea here. Cheers. You like my mug? I like my new mug. I love your smile, Anna. Such a beautiful smile. And you can type in the chat. Does everybody see where you type in those two chats? I just want to make sure you can see where you can. Okay. I'm sharing my truth too. So I'm typing. You don't have to worry about reading what I wrote now, though. Just do your own thing. I'm not sure if someone has something playing in the background, but if you have like a radio or a TV in another room, maybe someone might be watching in another room or something. Maybe you can close the door or ask them to make it lower so you have more of a retreat environment here. Good. And I've muted you guys for now, but whoever it is that has that thing going in the background can just take care of it. So I did my sharings in there, and I'm going to check out what you guys are writing. And Russell puts, learn from Sage's example and modeling. Thank you. Thank you, Russ. Always an honor. Learning from and with the others in the group. Exactly. Because it's more than a mastermind. It's more like a spiritual family. And it's really, really tight-knit community here. So you can friend other people. You learn from each other. A lot of people here are healers or intuitives or messengers or artists, or they're moving into that, role. So there's a lot of wisdom here. Everyone has knowledge and wisdom in different ways from their own life experiences too. So there's a lot of gifts and a lot to learn here. And Russell says, learn how to include energy in my work with physicians and Western medicine healthcare practitioners. Excellent. And Marjan says, I need more clarity about my way, belief in myself, and open more to my higher self. Excellent. You are in the right place for all of that, for sure. And Anna says, I want to release the feeling that I'm not enough. Ooh, that's a big one. Let's get rid of that. And I want to understand who I am, increase my self-esteem, avoid procrastination, and live the life of my dreams with my loved ones. Beautiful. Very nice. Enjoy. We'll wait for you to share yours and to catch up. And Russell says, clarify much more about my own energy, which is not clear to me. And that's a normal stage of spiritual development, Russ. A lot of times as we gain more skill with our intuitive work, with energy work, with healing work, for those who are called to do that, like yourself, sometimes it's easier to read for others, for a lot of people, and a lot of the time, than for ourselves, because ourselves, we're also in our own emotional and mental and physical, factors, right? So I'm going to pop over to you, Russell, first, and we're going to jump you in the heart seat. Ready for heart seat? Okay, let's see if we can unmute you. Unmute. There we go. Okay, I think you're unmuted.
Unmuted.
Yay, wonderful. Use that beautiful fifth chakra of yours. Remember, we're getting to everybody, so you can keep pondering on those big four of release, expand, get more clear about, and heal, and do more typing, do more journaling. You can also hold the space for Russell, send him some prayers, some love. We just ask that you kind of stay in the sacred space, with us. If you need to move around at any point and take a restroom break or get something to drink, that's okay. We just don't want you to wander off into like Facebook land, email land, talking to someone else, this kind of thing. Like really try to treat this as a retreat, because this is for you. This is your very, very special time. So this is your retreat, okay? Bless you, Russ.
Thank you. Well, ever since I had the flu this last spring or late winter,
Mhm.
I've had this cough,
Mm.
and it does not abate.
Would you like us to do an intuitive look at that as one
Sure.
thing that we do today?
Sure.
Because whatever situation we have, I know we talk a lot about purpose here and prosperity and spirituality, but there's no off limits subjects.
Mhm.
Or
That's
aspects
good.
of life. So physical health is definitely something to really take a look and feel, see what's going on with that cough, if there's something energetic going on, or even if you need certain supplements or physical practices. So we could take a look at that. And then your own energy. Okay, great. And thank you for typing, Joy. I did see what you put. Thank you for that. Awesome. Anything else you want to put into the mix, or should we just jump in and start with that?
We can jump in and start with that.
Okay, sure. As we go. Okay, so these are the ideas that are coming from both me and Archangel Raphael. Okay, so this is kind of a mix of advice from Sage and Archangel Raphael, and see which of these things make sense for you, resonate for you. Some of them you might already be doing, and then you can be like, okay, good, that's a validation, patting yourself on the back. And some of them you might used to be doing, but like, oh, I haven't been doing that for a while. I need to get back on track with that. And some of them will be new ideas. So we're just going to kind of like fire hose right here. Okay. So I'm just going to fire hose a bunch of ideas. First of all, vitamin C, you might need to either increase your dosage of your vitamin C or improve your quality. Okay. So liposomal, and I'm not a nutritionist and I don't play one on TV and stuff, but I do know a lot about health. So again, this is like an intuitive health assessment. It's not a prescription. I'm not a doctor, et cetera, et cetera. Liposomal, see, a lot of people say is more absorbable and more readily utilized by the body. So you might want to look into that. I can send you a link of the one that I use if you're curious. I just get it online, like Amazon or something. But liposomal vitamin C. Then,
I didn't get that name.
oh, sure. Let me type that for you. Liposomal vitamin C. It's always in a
Okay.
liquid.
Yeah.
It's a liquid. On
Yeah.
the break, I can go get my bottle, which is in the fridge, and I can show you what it looks like, and then you can look it up. It tastes pretty good. It's much more expensive, but it's much more absorbable.
Okay.
And then other than that, vitamin C in general, you want to take like 2 bowel tolerance. What that means is if you start getting like little tooth farts, like little you just crossed over the line. That's just a little more than you need. So let's say that happens for you at 6,000 milligrams a day, then back it up to 5. If that happens for you at 3, back it up to 2. If that happens for you at 12, I'm a vitamin C like badass. I can take a lot of vitamin C. For me, I can take maybe 10,000 a day, which is a lot, So just check in for your own body, and you can split it up into multiple dosages, so you're not taking like all that at once, but maybe you take 3 times or something like that, 2 or 3 times. Okay, so generally speaking, that's really good for the whole body and the immunity. I'm getting for you to...
Oh, dus dit is Estelle weer, hè?
What's that?
Uit België.
Oh, sorry, I couldn't quite understand. Are you talking to us, Marjan? Are you talking to us, honey? Okay, so I'm going to mute you, Marjan, because Russell's in the heart seat right now. So if you wanted to add a suggestion, you can type it in the chat. Okay? Thank you. We appreciate that. Sometimes other people have ideas for you, someone too. That's great. The other thing I'm really getting for you is the chest pounding. So, like, okay. Everyone who wants to can do this right now. And this, you're getting your actual lung points here. You can pound with the knuckles, or you can pound with the fingertips. You can make little stars, like scrunchy, any way like that. Oh,
krijg die man er nou niet uit.
Stimulate the lung points. Yeah, that's going to stimulate the lung points. And you can also tap right in the center, a little bit more in the center here, like the sternum in the center. That's the thymus. So that's the thymus. So a little bit more to the sides is the lung points, and a little bit more in the middle is the thymus, which is where your T lymphocytes are produced. So that helps with immunity. And then do like a deep breath after, you know. And anything like that where you're opening your heart and you're opening your chest, deep breathing exercises really can help with getting rid of those last vestigials, you know, from the cough. Fresh air, outside, doing this. Do this thing a couple times a day with the pounding and the breathing. And you can do, you know, if you want. Okay, so we're going to call that the Tarzan pound. Tarzan pounding. Okay, let's see. How are you doing on your intake currently? When I say currently, like the last 3 days, how are you doing on your intake of dairy and sugar? Oops, I can't hear you. You got muted again. Let me unmute you again. Hang on. Why are you muted? We want you unmuted. Unmute. Maybe you can unmute yourself. There you are. Okay, now I think I can hear you.
Okay.
Good. What's going on with dairy and sugar, like white sugar?
Well, white sugar is all through sweets.
Yep.
No other white sugar.
Right. How many times a day are you eating a sweet?
Well, I eat like, and I'll hang on just a second, and no dairy. So today I had a non-dairy sort of chocolate ice cream bar.
Yeah.
It was made out of almond.
Yeah. Good.
Almond milk.
Right.
So I had one of those.
Okay.
And then yesterday I had 2 servings of saltwater taffy because I get kind of addicted on that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that's basically what I do. The rest of my sweets are fruits.
Okay. So.
Well, also I use guava juice. I use guava juice in my cereal.
Okay. And is the cereal itself sweetened? What kind of cereal are you having?
It probably has some sugar.
What kind of cereal is it?
It's Trader Joe's oats.
Okay. And usually Trader Joe's are not too excessive with the sugar. You know, you have to look at the box to look at the sugar
I didn't do that.
content, but usually Trader Joe's are like more on the healthy side, you know, most of the products. With the saltwater taffy, if you're having 2 saltwater taffies a day, or you're having other types of sweets that are sweetened with regular sugar, like regular white sugar, that white sugar actually depresses the immune system.
Mm-hmm.
And this was taught to me by like 2 different holistic MDs, actual MDs. One of them was at a conference and she knew white sugar was bad, but she was blown away from this conference that she saw where one of the medical researchers actually showed on this huge screen, you know, this is a huge medical conference with like 500 doctors, and they showed on the huge screen actual video footage of white blood cells with someone didn't eat, same person, they didn't eat any white sugar, and then after they ate the white sugar. And what happens, I mean, like a full size, like a piece of chocolate cake, you know, like a largish full size serving of something. And what happens is for 30 minutes after you've eaten the, whatever it is with the white sugar, the white blood cells are slowed down. They barely move. And this totally freaked her out when she saw that. She was like, oh my God, no wonder people get sick after Halloween. All the children have the candy, you know, they have this candy binging,
Almond.
right? And then boom, everybody has like, not all, everybody, but a lot of them have a cold or flu, you know, within a few days or a week or something. And it's because they slowed down their white blood cell activity when they had that sugar. So everyone can get away with however much sugar they can personally get away with. Everybody's body is different, and your body changes over time. So what you can get away with for dairy, for sugar, for wheat, you know, for corn, for soy, whatever, it's, you have to figure that out kind of for yourself based on your own body. But if I were you, if I were still fighting something or on the tail end of something, I would just go to 0 on the white sugar. Like go, this is what I recommend to my kids, you know, like 0 on, you're already doing 0 on the dairy, which is good. So high five on that. But I would go to 0 on the white sugar and 0 on the dairy until you've had like 3 days clear, like 3 days completely like symptom free. Then you can slowly see how much your body can tolerate, right? And I can't tell you that answer of how much can your body tolerate, you know. My naturopath wants me to be 0 dairy all the time. She has me on like a super strict anti-inflammatory diet. But for me, I love cheese so much. I'm just like, what is the meaning of life without cheese? You can't do this to me. You know, like, no, I love cheese too much. So I went like 0 dairy for like, you know, 6 months or something. But then now I'm healthier and I'm stronger. And I'm like, you know, I'm going to have my cheese once in a while, but I don't have it nearly as much as I'd like to have it, or nearly as much as I used to have it. But I know when I can get away with it. Like if I'm having a strong day, I'm like, you know what, I can have this amount. You know, I'm not going to go completely crazy, right? But that's me with dairy. I can have a certain amount some of the time. For me with sugar, though, I really shouldn't have sugar. Like sugar and I don't do well. We don't do well. There's gestational diabetes. I had that, and there's diabetes on both sides of my family. Both grandmothers had diabetes. So I'm like really at high risk for that. So I have to be very careful with white sugar. But most people can have more white sugar than I can. You know? But I definitely would not be having 2 saltwater taffies if I had a cough. So that's our tough love for you.
No, that is tough.
Stay off the taffies, stay off the candy until you're like fully recovered, fully 3 days of like, yay, this is the strong Russell, totally clear, feeling great, you know. And then maybe just have 1 saltwater taffy and see how you do, you know. So those would be our suggestions for that. As far as energetics, the only other piece I get is hydration. You know, drinking more water, drinking enough water, drinking lots of water. How's your water? Because a lot of people are dehydrated. Like lots of people are dehydrated. They don't even realize it. But especially if you're clearing something out, the body needs the water to help clear out, you know. So maybe increase your water a bit.
Okay. Now, what I mean about the energy is I'm talking about how do I like identify
Right.
my energy levels.
Right. We'll switch to that now. Sure. I think we're done with the health checkup. Yeah.
Okay.
So are you talking about like your overall chi or your chakras specifically? Or both?
I don't really know, but I'm going to say both.
Okay, great. So let's see what the angels and I have for you with how to read your own energy. So this is actually a great teaching tool, how to read your own energy. I'm going to do some typing, and we might even make a handout for this. This is a great question. I bet everyone would like to know more how to read your own energy, right? Am I right, ladies? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to type here. Step 1, something to center yourself. Meditation, prayer, self-work, self-path, major time. Those are examples. Okay. We cannot read intuitively for our own energy or someone else's if we're in like an emotionally intense state, if we're feeling sad, if we're feeling panicky, if we're feeling super stressed, it's harder to read because the emotions kind of overshadow, right? Or even if we're just in a mental loop. 75% of people are in a mental thought loop. 75% of the time, people are in a mental thought loop, which is also negative. This is according to Psychology Today. That's crazy, right? That means that 75% of the thoughts that human beings in our current society are having, 75% of their thoughts are A, repetitive, and B, negative. So they're looping. So if you're in a loop, like worrying about this or that or whatever it is, it's going to be hard to read. So you want to get out of that mental loop and you want to get out of the emotional overreactivity zone. So doing something like meditating, prayer, breath work. For me, I take a salt bath almost every day before I do like channeling or like a VIP immersion type session, like, you know what I'm talking about, or a Guidathon, or I'm being interviewed on a public show and I have like, wow, okay, hundreds of people eating it. For me, a really great centering practice is taking a salt bath, and I put Reiki. Russell's a graduate of a Reiki training. So Russ, you have Reiki in your toolbox all the way to master. I put Reiki, and I love water. So for me, a salt bath with water, and I'm putting intention of purification, I always feel like, boom, I'm so intuitively clear after that. You can know what practices that could be for you. Like some people do a sage purification. No pun intended with my name, but actually, I have a sage stick right here. There we go. Whee! I'm cleansing you. There's a sage cleansing, right? So you want to do something to kind of cleanse and purify and center. Russ, I think you know the Christ light exorcism, the Rosicrucian one.
Yes.
You could do Reiki. So these are some ideas, right? People have different tools in the toolbox. Your tool might be a little different. You can do essential oil, breathing in the lovely essential oil. You could do some other type of breath work. So, and we share some of these things with you. And
Ik heb slaap.
Oh, what's happening?
Jij?
All of a sudden, it's sounding loud again.
Ik kan dit niet.
Okay, Marjan, I need to mute you again, sweetie, because you're not in the heart seat. It's Russell's in the heart seat right now. Okay, so we're just learning how we do things here. Okay, so that's step one. So you want to kind of cleanse, purify, focus, center. You don't have to do all of these things. You might just do one or two. And which one you do is going to vary on the day, just whatever you feel like doing. Okay, then next I would ask for guidance, like do a prayer, call in your highest self, angels, God, your divine team, and ask them to help you before you actually attempt to do the reading. So the first is sort of like clearing and centering, and then you're asking for help. So you're calling in your guides. Tap your third eye. And this is just a cool technique that I like to do if I'm specifically tuning in intuitively, like, okay, I really want to read my energy right now. I'll tap my third eye a bunch of times. Tap, 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 tap. Or you can draw a spiral with your fingertip or fingertips. A nice opening spiral. So start in the middle and then open, open, open. Start in the middle, open, open, open. And your intention, you're setting your intention that the guidance you receive is for your highest good. So therefore, the filters will be in place. The gatekeeping will be in place. The screening will be in place. Okay, does that make sense? So that the guidance you're getting is only from positive, love, and light, highest good. Okay. Okay, then you do your scan for reading. Now, if I wanted to read my,
What?
if I wanted,
Zeg je?
whoops, I'm muting you again. Okay, Marjan, let's try to keep you muted, honey. We don't want to unmute yourself yet. You're not in the heart seat, and it sounds like you're having a side conversation, which is not serving you. Okay, so try to get off that phone call or whoever it is that you're talking to, and please try to be present with us with what we're doing here. Okay, otherwise you can hop off and then come back on when you're free. But we want to try to be in the sacred space here. That's what we do with Guidathon. Okay, so now to do the scan, if I wanted to read my own aura of like my chakras, I would probably stand naked in front of a mirror. And then I would just visualize, like imagine, and this is a skill, of course, you've been in the higher consciousness and Reiki and some of our other programs where we do a lot with this. But this is, and some people are already very developed with this and naturally very clairvoyant, right? But clairvoyantly, like seeing, you might see stuff by just like looking in a mirror. And like you might notice, oh, my second chakra, the light isn't very bright. Or you might notice, oh, my something or other chakra is leaking or it's blocked. Or there's a line there, or there's some kind of weird cloud there. You know, you might notice like sometimes it's easier to see like the sort of negative bits that need to be removed, you know. And then you'd also gonna notice the overall glow, shape, size of the chakras. Look, and when I say look, I mean clairvoyantly at them and trust what you get. It might be good to use like a phone and just use your memo recording device on your phone, or something else to record audio. That way you don't have to worry about like, oh, I'm writing it down and then I'm looking and then I'm writing it down and then I'm looking, because that might kind of take you out of your intuitive zone. But I would just like hit record and just kind of look at yourself and naked in front of the mirror and go, oh, okay, so it looks like my this chakra is doing this, my this one's doing this. And just either start at first and move up to 7, or start at 7 and move down to 1. Either way. Hit on your main 7, that's going to give you a good picture. If you want to look in more detail, you can look at your palms, you can look at your feet, you know. But see how you do that. Would be fun for you for home love, Russ.
Well, that's great. That takes me farther down the road, and I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Some of you might find that a little too advanced for where you're at right now, and that's not a judgment. That's just an observation that we have people at different levels of clairvoyance and intuitive development and that kind of thing here. So
I would not have been ready for this before.
yeah, you wouldn't have been able to do that prior to higher consciousness, you know. But some people might. Some people might not have to have done higher consciousness, and they can run with that at the level they're at now. But if you feel like it's too advanced, then just kind of go, okay, that's something to work up to, you know. And maybe you want or need to do some additional, you know, training beyond wisdom school. Just reach out to me at any time if you need any help, you know, beyond what we do here. Okay, so I have to teach, because Russell is at an advanced level, I have to teach and coach Russell at an advanced level. That makes sense? Right, so everybody gets what they need for where they are. Okay, cool. So that's one way of doing a self scan, like energy reading, is with the naked in front of the mirror and like an audio recording. Another way is to do it through journaling.
Mm-hmm.
Intuitive journaling. So with the journaling method, that's clairaudient. Okay? The looking in front of the mirror, that's clairvoyant, seeing. The journaling is a form of hearing. You're hearing, the words are like pouring through, right? Sometimes you don't even hear them first, they just pour through without hearing, but it's still like the clairaudient muscle, if that makes sense. Okay?
Yes.
And you can try both ways and just kind of see. So with intuitive journaling, we do have a handout for that in Wisdom School. I'm pretty sure. I'm going to check on that. If we don't, then I will put it in there because everyone should have a handout on intuitive journaling. So intuitive journaling, just a little info on that. You're going to sit down. You're going to be like, okay, this journaling that I'm doing is between me and my source. This journaling is between me and God. This is between me and Archangel Michael or my highest self or my body. Whatever source of truth, whatever form of the source of truth, it's ultimately one source, which is God, right? But sometimes we tune in with different sort of intermediary aspects, you know, Jesus or whatever, whoever you want to tune into. That helps you. So what I do, the simplest way is, dear God, I am here. I am listening. Please guide me. Love, Sage. Okay. So I'm just like, there it is. I can type this or I can handwrite it in a journal. Usually I handwrite it, but once in a while I type it at the computer, whatever feels right. Or you can say like, hello, Archangel Michael. Thank you for all you do for me and the world. You can have a conversation. Would you please guide me today on, and then you type your issue. Thank you so much. I love you. What else?
That's good. That's very helpful.
So this is just like little templates for you, okay?
Mhm.
And then you imagine that you're turning your pen over. You just imagine that God is writing back to you. Archangel Michael is writing back to you. Your highest self is writing back to you. I will, if I'm doing with pen and paper, like in my journal, I will often switch the handwriting type. Like, in other words, capitals, like print, like one direction, me to the divine might be in plain letters, and the other direction might be in cursive, you know, script, or the other way around. There's no rule. There's no rules about any of this. These are all tools. No rules, just tools. Oh, I like that. Thank you, Archangel Michael. No rules, just tools. Okay, so I might that way I can tell who's doing the talking. Like when I look back at it later, because I don't want to keep writing me colon AAM colon or God colon. I don't want to keep doing that. So the simpler way to just mentally understand it is just to switch the type of handwriting, right? Or you can do it on different pieces of paper. One paper, it's you're writing. The other paper, it's you're receiving, you know? Different papers. There you go. So those are my ideas. Or you can use different pens. Some people like to do different pens. Like I have this color pen is me asking, and this color pen is divine answering me, right? A really great book, if you haven't read any of them yet, is called Conversations with God. It's actually a series of books. Neil, I think I'm typing his name right. Any of you guys familiar with that? Neil Donald Walsh? Yeah. He has like 3 or 4 books. He came out with a whole bunch of them. But he was, it's great. It's a great story how he was really angry at God. Like things were totally effed up in his life. He was getting divorced. He was like, lost his job. I mean, he was like in all kinds of crazy pilikia of life, right? And he was like totally having a dark night of soul, felt totally disconnected. And he basically wrote, you know, almost like an FU letter to our creator. Like, why are you letting all this shit happen to me? Where are you? Anyway, what the heck? You know, this is not fair. I don't deserve to be treated like this. You know, it's something like that, right? Like he's like just venting, like, and he didn't expect to hear anything back. He just kind of felt like writing it down. It was kind of like venting it. And then all of a sudden he's being written back, you know, all of a sudden God's writing him back like, hey, dear Neil, well, actually, here's what's going on. You know, you know, like what, you know? So I'm kind of paraphrasing the whole thing. It's been like 15 years since I read the first book, but that is an example of like, wow, oh my God, right? God is here. God is here. God is talking to me. God is available to me. And that's true for you. I don't care how many other trainings you've done or haven't done, or how intuitive you consider yourself, how psychic you consider yourself right now. You have a direct line to the divine. Ooh, there's a good quote. I'm going to have to make a meme out of that. You have a direct line to the divine. Boom. right? And our other good one was no rules, just tools. We're on a roll here today, right? We're almost always on a good roll in Guidathon. I think we are, really. Okay, so Russ, I feel like you've got enough to run with today. Do you feel super satisfied?
Yes,
Soaking up the goodness with your heart seat?
I do. Thank you very much, and thank you
Yay!
everybody else for your support. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I'm so glad that you could be here. It's wonderful to see you. And thank you everybody for holding this space with Russ. So who wants the heart seat next? As you can see, we kind of did two things for us in that heart seat. Sometimes we do one, sometimes we do two. Russ and I can work really fast. I know because we go fast together, you know. So who's next? Raise your hand if you're next. Anna? Okay, Anna's like, pick me. I'm next. Okay. And someone else joined us who I couldn't quite tell. So type, if you just joined us and you called in on the phone from the 808 phone number, type in the chat here so I can tell who you are. Type here. I'd like to know who's here, right? Okay, Anna, let's see. I think you're unmuted. Can you talk?
Yes, I think so.
Yay, you can talk. Of course you can. Okay, good. Oh, your hair is so long.
Ah, yeah.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah, mine's pretty long. I actually just had about 6 inches cut off of it because it was dry, you know, and old and it needed to go. But it was down to my waist before I did that. Oh, it's still almost down to my waist. God,
Yeah.
it must have been longer than that. I guess
I
it was
need
down
to
to
pay
my butt.
attention when I sit down because if I do not sit properly.
And do you have that thing where you're sleeping where you kind of get it caught on yourself? You're like, ah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I put it off when I sleep or I get it tangled under my arm and but it's so sensual and lovely to have long hair. I think it's just, I love long hair. So what can we support you with, and what are some of your intentions for your 6 months, and what's kind of on the plate today too? For Heart Seat, we want to jump into what's on the plate today. And are you in gold? I think you're in gold, right?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. So you're going to have lots of Guidathons. You're going to have lots of support.
Yeah. Well, actually, I am at the point of the life in which I want to really move forward.
Mm-hmm.
However, I have still my own blocks going on with self-esteem and with not being enough. And I did some channeling, and the answer that I received is stop study and start to do.
Yes.
And wow, I am not.
I totally get it. I totally get it. Okay. I see exactly where we're going. I can jump in. You ready for me to jump in? Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. First of all, Archangel Michael wants you to know, stop studying and start doing does not mean you're never going to study ever again. It doesn't mean you're not still a learner, okay? Because sometimes the perfectionist part of us says, but I'm not there yet. I'm not in mastery level yet. You know, I'm not like other people are farther ahead of me. Like, I'm not ready yet. This part of you can be arguing with that forever of not ready yet, okay? The truth is we're always learning. You're always going to be learning. But there's a time when you need to be focused on being a student and like gaining your trainings, you know, you're learning, you're reading books, you're going to workshops, you're getting certificates and things like that. And you're like learning, listening to all these calls and all this stuff, right? So there's a time to focus more on that. And then there's a time to say, okay, you know what? I have enough to actually start being in service, to actually start helping people. So here's the thing. The standard to have, and this is for you and this is for a lot of you, the standard to have for, am I ready to be in service to others? The standard is not, am I perfect? Because who would be able to do that? Tell me one person. Tell me one human being, right? We're human beings. We're still on a path. Okay, we're perfect and imperfect. We're perfectly lovable, even though we're imperfect, and we're still learning and we're still growing all the time. That is not the standard to say, we're going to take this, I'm not perfect yet, I'm not ready yet. I want you to scoop this up with your hands take all this with your hands. Like literally, we're going to do a ritual right now. Take this with your hands. Take this, I am not ready, I'm not good enough. Scoop it up. Scoop. Go ahead. Scoop. Scoop, 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 scoop. Scooping all this beliefs, all this crapola, all this junk, all this gunk, all this old stuff you don't need. Okay? And we're going to throw it. We're going to throw it up to the sun. Okay? Ready? Throw it to the sun. Doesn't matter if it's nighttime now. You can still throw it to the sun. One more time. Okay? And one more. With a big breath. Good. Okay, now go like this. Done. 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 Okay. So this is what you actually need. This is what anyone actually needs to step up to do and to be in service and to live your mission, to begin or to take it to the next level to live your mission. Number one, you have to have a desire to make a difference. Do you have a desire to help and to make a difference? Yes? Let me a big yes. It's a big yes.
Yes.
Yes. Check.
Yes.
Okay. Number two, do you feel that you have personally made progress compared to years ago? Have you made any progress in any area of your life?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So yes, I have made progress. Okay. So that means if you were to meet your version of yourself, say 10 years ago, you could help her, right? You could help Anna 10 years ago. You could say to her, hey, it doesn't have to be so hard, right? You can do this. You can believe this about yourself. You can make these kind of choices. You can do this healing and so forth. You could give her some good advice, right? So you are ahead of some people, right? You're ahead of some people in some areas of life. Now, there's three basic areas of life, like three main sort of niches or ways of serving in that type of way. Love and relationships, health, that also includes happiness and emotional health, and money and purpose. Those are like three areas of which everybody needs some help in, or one of them or all of them, right? When you think about, okay, wait, let me go back to the number three, because there's three things. Number one, you have desire to make a difference. Yes. Number two, you have made some progress. Yes. Number three, do you have some knowledge, some tools, some skills that can be helpful, that can either help people or create something beautiful, whatever? Do you have some tools in your toolbox?
Yes, I have.
Okay, and these are tools that you believe in. This is tools that you believe in, right?
I believe in the tools. I do not believe in myself.
Right. No, we're just talking about the tools. On this one,
Yeah. I strongly believe in
the
them.
tools. Okay, good. You want to help? Yes. You believe strongly in the tools. What are the tools, by the way? Just curious, what are your tools?
I am a healer with my hands.
Yes.
And I am also a certified hypnotist in rapid transformational therapy.
Transformational therapy?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Wonderful.
I am also able to conduct a constellation.
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 Like the family constellation. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's a type of therapy. Yeah. Right.
And then I am also certified in the use of Bach flowers and several others. I can
use seven other things. Okay, yeah. So you have a lot of tools. Even if you had one of these toolboxes, you could do some good. But you have actually 7, 8, 9. 10. You have a lot.
It's 23 years that I'm studying tools.
So, yeah. Oh my God, 23 years. So yes, enough studying, enough tools. Okay, because here's the thing: when someone is coming to you and they need help, they don't care which tools you have. You know, they don't care of, I have this tool, that tool, this tool, that tool. And this one I went to France for that one. And this one I studied for 2.5 years with so-and-so. Nobody cares, right? They just want to know, can you help them? Can you help them feel better? Can you help them improve their life? Do you honestly feel, answer from your highest self. I want to hear from Anna's highest self. Your highest self, bringing in your highest self right now. letting her come in, let her be with your voice and your heart and your hands. Do you believe from your highest self, your highest truth, that if someone came to you right now and needed help with one of these issues that you can help them with, would you be able to help?
Yes, sure.
You would?
Yeah.
Yes, you would be able to help. Wonderful. Okay, so you ready to help them? You don't have to have 100% ready. You have to have 51% ready. 51 to 100%. Anywhere in there, 51% of you to 100% of you is ready to step up and help. Okay? It's okay if there's some little part that's still doesn't matter. 51 to 100, boom, you're good to go. Okay? Now, did you do any sessions for anybody yet at all yet? Like practice sessions or paid sessions or free
Yeah,
for family?
I do quite a lot, but I never ask a payment for that because I do not feel ready for that.
Okay, so then the place where we want to make the evolution for you is to be willing to receive and to be willing to be a professional to actually charge, right? So to actually charge to receive payment. Okay.
Yeah, because when I do for free, for me, it's, how can I say, I do my best and I put all myself in that. But in this way, I can avoid my self-judgment. Because I say, okay, I do my best. If it is working, it's working. If not, I didn't charge on them and it's working. But if I ask even $1, I'm blocking myself. I cannot do anything.
Okay, so thank you for sharing that. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Who ultimately do you believe is the healer? And your relationship with the client, it doesn't matter if they paid you $0 or if they paid you $20 million or something in the middle. But ultimately, you're providing tools, you're giving them some counsel, you're hearing them, you're helping them make choices for themselves. Who is ultimately the healer? Who's the healer? Who's the real healer?
Every one of us has all the healing capability. I am just a channel for them, and I put available some tools, but
okay,
you know what I mean.
Yes. Okay. So you're a channel and you're a conduit, you're a vessel, right?
Yeah.
And ultimately, all healing is between the client and God, their source. Yeah. God is the healer. They are their own healer. Because when they're allowing healing to happen and they're choosing healing, they're letting the healing to happen. But we have a role as healers. We use the word healers because really we're like healing catalysts, you know? We're like healing tour guides. We're like healing cheerleaders. We're like, healing coaches, right? So we have a role because if they could do this between them and God without us, they would be healed already, right? They have this capacity. They have the capacity to heal themselves. They have the capacity to choose healing, but maybe they don't have certain tools. Maybe they don't have certain strategies. They have certain knowledge that's missing, or they have a faith in themselves that's missing. There's some inspiration. They feel hopeless. They feel like stuck for so long. They feel doubt that it's even going to help them because they've been in this situation for so long and they tried all these things and nothing helped. So there's a reason why you are the third part of that equation. It's a triangle. It's God, it's you, and it's the client. It's a triangle, right? If they could do it without you, they wouldn't need you. It would just be a straight line. It wouldn't be a triangle. Someone is guided to us at this time in their life when it feels like a fit, when it feels like, yes, I can help this person, God is helping them through you, right? So it's energy from God, from divine, coming through you and overflowing through your hands if you're doing the hands-on healing. God is speaking to you intuitively and also because you have a skill set, a toolbox, and they're explaining what they need. And out of your mouth comes, here's what you need. Boom, boom, boom. here's what you do. Boom, boom, boom. This is what you're going to do. And then they start to feel better, right? The people that you've worked with so far, have they had improvement? Did they feel better?
Yeah. Amazing result, by the way.
Amazing results.
Yeah.
Amazing results. Okay.
Yeah.
So how many amazing results is it going to take for God to prove to you that this works? Do you believe in God? That God has the power to facilitate these healings for people? Clearly,
Yeah.
because you've seen it over and over.
Yeah.
The healing happen over and over. Okay. So are you willing to put your judgment of yourself out of the way and let God just work through you?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now let me ask you this. The toolbox that you have, do your tools suddenly disappear if you start charging money? Like if you're charging someone $100, 100 euros or whatever for this particular thing, whatever it is, do your toolbox dry up and disappear? No, right? Your toolbox, you still have your tools. You have your tools, no matter how much you're charging. You have your tools, okay? Now, here's the thing. This is like, it's a concept. When we have something for free, when you get something for free, you appreciate it and you think, oh, that's so nice of them to do that for me for free. But you don't quite take it as seriously. It's true, it's human nature. We don't take it as seriously. If I was the lady who lived next door to you and I was talking to you, giving you the same stuff today, same exact thing that I'm teaching today, same exact words, exact. But we were having this conversation outside of the grocery store. You and me, we're just having this conversation in the grocery store. I'm like your neighbor and I'm giving you this advice for free. I'm giving you these teachings for free. You would say, oh, that's nice. She's such a smart, wise lady. That's cool. But you wouldn't take it as seriously as because you paid this amount of money for this is a program. This is a globally recognized program, you know, and you're like, ooh, you know, there's something real about this. And you want to show up because you want to get your money's worth, right? You want to get your money's worth. You want to feel like 6 months from now, this was a good choice, right? That this was like smart choice for you. So you want to get your money's worth. So that's why you're going to show up and you're going to do this. Home loves. You're going to go into the portal. You're going to read the stuff. You're going to watch the videos, come on to Facebook, ask questions, receive support because you want to get your money's worth. You want to feel that it was in proportion. It was proportional. Okay. So I want you to shift your perspective to look at it, not through your perspective, look through the client's perspective. Okay. So we're going to switch right now. Imagine that you are think of one of your clients who had great result. Any one of them. Just think of, is it a man or woman?
Both.
Okay.
I have to think to one.
Pick one in your mind.
Well, my husband. It's the first one.
Okay. Can you pick one who's not a relative? Pick one who's not a relative.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. A man.
Is a man. Okay, perfect. And so you have him in his mind. If he paid you, would he have the same result?
If I could do the same things, yes.
Okay, so let's say...
Like if my intuition is gone, you know.
Why would your intuition disappear if you're receiving money?
Honestly, I do not know. Honestly, I do not know.
Okay, so that's a fear that is not grounded in reality because your intuitive development is based on your study, your intention, it's based on your energy. There's a lot of things that go into your intuitive development and how powerful of a healer you are. How much money you're getting paid does not affect your intuitive development. If anything, it'll make you more confident. If anything, it's going to make you more confident because you're going to be a professional and people will see you with respect because you're a professional. When you're getting paid for it, you're a professional. Now you're no longer just freebie, right? People have the freebies at this level of respect. If you're always giving freebie, they have you in this level, okay? If you're charging a little bit, they have you in this level. You charge a medium amount, they have you in this level. You charge a high amount, they have you in this level. That's how they're going to see of respecting what you're telling them to do. Because they're respecting you more, they're going to take it more seriously. Do you give them recommendations for them to do, like after the session? Do you give them advice of tools for their toolbox, self-healing, or things for them
It
to do?
depends. To be honest, 90% of the time, no. 90% of the time, one session is enough to have the issue solved. Depending from the tool, of course, when I work with RTT, yes, they have to do stuff for 21 days to listen to a recording or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Yeah.
Okay. So this one man that you're thinking of as the example, when he came to you for this session, you don't have to tell me his name or anything like that, but what was his issue that he had coming into the session? He wanted this healed, and then by the end of the session, he felt like this. Can you describe that for us?
Yeah, he was in a really bad situation. He was in cocaine addiction since 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
And he was in really close to kill himself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we did 3 hours of session together, and now are 9 months that he didn't take any drug.
Okay.
So,
Wow.
yeah.
Amazing. Okay, I have a question for the rest of the tribe here. We just heard Anna tell us an example of a man who was feeling suicidal. He had his life out of control because of addiction to cocaine for 15 years, and he felt powerless and like life wasn't worth living. He felt so bad about himself and his life. He came to Anna. He had a 3-hour session with Anna. By the end of the session, he's feeling positive about life. He felt hopeful, and he quit the use of cocaine for 9 months. Can you guys do me a favor? Jan, Marjan, Russell, and Joy, can you do me a favor? Can you tune into that? I want you to be honest now. Be honest. What would you put as a dollar value? If you had to put a dollar value, I know that it's truly priceless to have your life saved like that, to have your life back. But if you had to put a dollar value, what would you put as a dollar value for a 3-hour session that makes this level of change in your life, where you're no longer addicted and you're no longer wanting to throw away God's greatest gift? What dollar value would you put on there? And Anna, close your eyes. Close your eyes. Let them put in their numbers first. Just close your eyes. Put a real number. So Jan put a number, I put a number, we're waiting for Russell to put a number, and we're waiting for Marjan and Joy. Thank you, Joy. And we're waiting for Russell and Marjan. I think Marjan might have stepped away, it looks like. So Russell, what do you think would be the value of a 3-hour in-depth VIP healing session that makes that kind of level of transformation and healing? Let God give you the number. Okay. So keep your eyes closed, Anna. Go ahead and ask God for the number, Russ. There could also be a range. Okay. And Anna, what Archangel Michael and Raphael are going to do with you right now is open your heart and your hands. Your heart and your hands, it's making like 3 points, like a kind of a triangle in a way. And you're opening your heart and your hands energetically. If you want to physically, you can open your hands and stretch out your arms or have them in your lap like a cup, something like that to receive. God wants you to receive for your good work. First of all, because you deserve to receive. Your work that you did for this good man is just as valuable as any most incredible healing work. Like when a surgeon does open heart surgery to save someone's life, they get paid thousands of dollars. When a psychologist or a psychiatrist helps turn someone's life around to help them get their life back on track, right? This is tremendous, tremendous value. The numbers that God wants you to feel right now, just feel these numbers. These are the numbers from this community here saying to you what this work is worth. Somewhere in this range is going to be the number that you're going to start charging for your sessions, okay? The lowest number, which 2 people mentioned, is $300. That's the lowest number. We want you to feel this number of, okay, I am receiving $300. This is a 3-hour session. I'm receiving $300. Okay? And open in your belly as well as your heart. So you're opening your belly, your heart, and your hands. $500. Keep your eyes closed and keep receiving. $1,000. $10,000 to save someone's life. People pay that to go to a recovery center for like a month to go to get off the cocaine. They live there for a month. They pay $10,000. They pay $20,000. They pay a lot of money. $12,000. Okay, now you can place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. And we're going to feel into your right price that you're going to charge at this time, moving forward, like for the near future here. You can always change the price to higher later when you feel like it. But right now, this is going to be the price that you're going to start charging from now on for your healing work. And it's good to have just one general price, no matter what modality you use, because you might use more than one modality in a session, right? Someone comes to you, you're going to give them the combination of things that they need. And you might even have a healing technique that comes to you straight from source. That's not even from a modality, or it's kind of a new innovative way of combining 2 or 3 things, right? So they're not coming to you for the modality. So we're not going to charge based on this is this modality. We're going to charge based on your time and the transformation that they're going to get, the value of the transformation that they're going to get. So what's the first number that comes into your mind through your heart and your belly when you feel into, okay, this is what I'm going to charge for a single session. Single session with me, one-time session. Actually, you might have two different prices. One might be for a first session. Sometimes a first session is longer. I don't know if that's true for you or not, but I know for some practitioners, sometimes the first session is longer, so they have to charge more. And then subsequent sessions are shorter, so they can have a lower price. So what's the price that comes to your mind and heart for this?
500.
Did you say 500?
Yeah.
Perfect. 500. And is that for one session, or is that only for the first session? That's for one session.
Yeah.
That's for one session. Perfect. Excellent. And do you ever have people who want or need a package, like they want 2 or 3 sessions or 6 or 10 or something like that? Do you ever have a kind of a package situation, or do you envision that there might be package?
Yeah, there could be. Yeah.
Okay. So let God give you right now, your highest self, your angel's giving you right now, how many sessions are in a package? This is a more in-depth package. And the nice thing about that is not only are they getting multiple packages, but they have continuous support from you. They have a feeling that you are here for them. You're holding the space for them over a longer period of time. So if they have a question or they need some kind of follow-up, or you're teaching them something to do on their own, they have a mentor for a period of time with you, and they have healing support from you energetically over this course of time. So what number comes to you for like how many sessions or how many weeks or how many months? Just see how it comes to you.
Can be 3, can be 10.
3 sessions?
Or 10.
3 or 10. Okay, that's interesting because I was getting 3 and 10 also. That's so cool. Okay, so 3 sessions, package of 3 sessions. We generally give a savings when they sign up for a multi-pack, right? So if 500 is for one session, multi-pack, you could do 1,500 or you could do something less than 1,500. What's the right number for the multi-pack for 3?
1,012.
1,200 or 1,012?
Well, I guess 112. I think 112 there. It came like 1,012, but it seems 12.
Okay. Do you have one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you switch those hands, please? Put the other hand on the heart and the other hand on the belly.
Yeah.
Good. And say out loud, the right price for my 3-session package is, and then see what number comes.
The right price for my 3 session is 1,200.
Okay, good. Perfect. Wonderful. That's great. Okay, good. Now we're feeling into a 10-session package. This is someone who's really committed. They have a lot of work they need. A lot of healing is needed. And they really, really get that you are the right catalyst for them for healing. You are the right mentor. You are the right counselor. They feel safe with you. They feel loved. They feel nurtured. They feel they can trust you. And they're going to go deep. And they are committing to 10 sessions. And what's their right price? And you can say it out loud again if it helps you. The right price for my 10-session package is
3,000.
Perfect. Beautiful. Whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. You did it. You did it. You got your clarity. You got your clarity. I'm actually going to unmute everybody for just a second here because we're going to give you a big round of applause. Yay!
Yay!
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. So beautiful. So Anna, as you step up and you implement this, you are going to feel more confident as a healer. You are going to be owning the value of your work. When you own the value of your work, the client is going to own the value of the work. They're actually going to be able to receive more when they pay you. I know that sounds a little strange, but it's proven true. It's about energy exchange. Do you understand about energy exchange? Do you believe in the concept of energy exchange?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So they're giving you $500. That means they're willing to receive that. They're opening by, when we give, we receive, right? Like when you give a gift, you receive. When you're giving $500 to someone, that means you're willing to receive $500 worth of value, right? Now they're saying to themselves energetically, okay, this is worth $500 of value. Yeah. And they're going to get that $500 of value, or maybe even more. They might even think like, wow, that was worth so much more than 500, you know? So absolutely. And then you come away from there going, okay, I'm a professional healer. And if you think about it, 1,200 for 3 is bringing it down to only 400 per session, right? And 3,000 for 10 is bringing it to 300 per session. So those are very nice rates. And I'm asking the tribe, can you imagine people who would be willing to pay 3,000 for a 10 session package with a healer as powerful as Anna? Someone who has like 10 or 12 or 15, some amazing amount of trainings, modalities, and has healings like this that are just like life-changing healings, sometimes only in one healing, and then sometimes over a period of multiple healings. How many of you guys can think of people that you might know who like, wow, yes, there are people who will value this, or maybe just even a general idea. Oh, my volume is lower. I hope you guys can hear me. You guys hear me? My microphone still should be good. Let me know if you can still hear me. Okay.
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay, good. Tons of people. Joy says tons of people. And now I'm starting to think, because I don't specialize in addiction, and one hit that I'm getting for you is, what do you want to specialize in? Now, you might not get all your answers in one day, right? Because we're human, it's a process. But you got a lot of clarity today, and you got a big shift. So ask your question to God, to your angels. You can do some intuitive journaling, and you're going to come in more HeartSeats, right? Okay, I'm going to give you another home love assignment. So I'm going to type this for you so you can see it in there. Home love for Anna. And other people can do this home love too if it resonates for you. Sometimes it's sort of customized, and sometimes it's for more than one person. So home love for you is to make a list of some of the most powerful healings you have done. This is going to be like kind of like a chart. Okay. And you might think of 3, or you might think of 5, or you might think of 7 or 10 or whatever. If you have notes, do you take notes from the session?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you can look back through some of your files and let spirit guide you. Like, this one was pretty good. Okay. This one, whoa, that one was amazing. Yes. Okay. I'm going to write that one on my chart. That one, oh, wow. I'm just getting tears in my eyes thinking about that one, just how incredible that was. Yeah. That goes on the chart. Okay. So put on there your chart, a list of the most powerful ones and what it was that you helped them heal, like what they shifted. So we have this example of this one gentleman that the healing was about addiction, and it was also about breaking free from feeling suicidal and so depressed, of disconnected from life. So you helped him overcome addiction. You helped him, I would say, clear out the negative thought and emotional pattern. And you helped him love himself and life again and choose life, right? So this is like an example. I'm putting in my words. You can put in your words, right? This kind of thing you did. Like, wow, okay, that's amazing. And then in the chart, you're going to put the person's name, gender, what you help them shift, and number of sessions. And then you can also put modalities. Okay? So you're going to, this is a home love for you. So you're going to make a chart because you already have done many, many healings. And you have, as you said, the results are amazing. And this is going to pinpoint for you some of the gifts that you have of what are you best at, right? So the goal for this is building up your confidence of the value of your work. I think already, even just from this heart seat, you're kind of going, wow, people are telling me this is worth between $310 and $12,000 for one session, right? And you got, okay, this is worth $500. I can see that this is $500. It's a 3-hour session. This, look at what it did. It saved the man's life. And is it worth $500? Of course, you know, is life worth $500? Like, wow. So you are feeling it more, right? You're running more. The other thing that's going to help you is look for the patterns of what you do best and what you enjoy doing most. Okay. So in your chart, you can have like a little miscellaneous section, you know,
Yeah.
other ideas. Like you kind of go, ah, so what I remember about that session is we started with this, we ended with this, I combined these two things. At the end, he or she told me this, or wow, they went home and also it helped their husband too. You know, their relationship with their kids improved. They came to me for something else, but now they're seeing that now their relationship with their daughter is better. You know what I mean? Like you might have had some other surprises that came in there too. So just see how that comes. You're gonna make a beautiful chart. Can I ask you to actually email me a picture of your chart or email me your chart when you're done?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. High five. High five. I'll give you a high five. High five.
Right.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, good. And then next heart seat, or maybe the next one or whatever, or if you want any one-on-one support or whatever, just whatever, however, we're going to support you with how do you apply what you came together with this chart, okay? Because that's going to help you choose your niche, and it's going to help you. You want to see the breadth and the scope for your work, which helps you own the value and receive abundance and energy exchange. But you also want to look for the patterns of like, wow, I have so many mothers that I'm helping. Like for me, that surprised me. Like, for example, like just in the last year or two, as I've been doing a lot more healing on mother wound, and I wasn't putting out to the universe in any of my websites that I'm helping a lot with mothers. But all of a sudden I'm noticing like 9 out of 10 of my clients, new students and new clients, are mothers for some reason. So that like, oh, interesting, you know? That's who universe is bringing me right now, you know? I do have people who aren't mothers, and I have some men, you know? And that's okay too, right? But it's kind of cool to look for the patterns and go, wow, okay, who is the universe bringing me? Who's getting the biggest results? And which type of sessions did I enjoy the most? Which ones did I come away going, oh God, that just filled me with so much happiness, you know? And that made me feel so good to help in this way and to help this beautiful person, okay? So this is very important home love for you. Congratulations. Yay! How do you feel right now?
Wow.
Wow, right? All this from a heart seat. Yay!
Emotional, you can see it.
Beautiful. Emotions, it's beautiful healing. Beautiful healing. So would you like a hug? Okay. Can we all give you a hug? Everybody, let's give Anna a hug. Yay.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. Mwah. So much love. And congratulations. You can take some time, do some journaling with that, have fun with that, and we'll catch in with you. We'll touch in with you again very soon. Wow, what a beautiful, beautiful heart seat. That's so great.
Yeah.
It's such an honor to be in service. All right, so who's next for heart seat? Who wants to go next? It's not a tough act to follow. It feels like so powerful and so amazing, but every single heart seat is beautiful in its own different, unique way. So I'm so happy for you, Anna, and so happy with you. Yeah, absolutely, my pleasure. Who would like to go next? Not seeing Joy at the moment. So Jan, Marjan, or Russ, or Lenka. Lenka made it. Yay, I know you had your flight and everything. That's great. So who wants to go next? Wave at me if you want to go next. Marjan, were you waving? I think that's Marjan waving. Okay. Marjan, we're going to pop you in the center next. There she is. Yay. Okay. I can hear you. I can see you. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Wonderful.
I feel good. Yes.
Yeah, you know, we get uplifted even from the intention and the prayer, and sometimes we have channeling, the healing, and just coming together in a sacred circle like this. I feel like we get uplifted. And then sometimes we also get really uplifted from other people's heart seats, right? That was so amazing. All right, great. So what can we help you with today? What would be like your number one thing that you would like to get clarity with?
What for me is very important. I'm now 71. I have do a lot of things. I always want to learn more. And I feel the last time, also in my work, everything has changed.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like I feel I must go another way.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel a kind of magic. I can't explain it. It is.
Yay!
There happen a lot of things, and I have. I talk them with people. I coach the people, and there happen things I don't understand it.
The
It
magic
is
happening.
so beautiful.
Wonderful. And what kind of work are you doing? What kind of work are you doing?
I'm also a healer a long time.
Yeah.
But I do also the most at the time because I live in Germany and I come from the Netherlands.
Yes.
And it's very difficult. I live about the border, but the most of the time I do it on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I give consults on the phone, distance more. That is very good for me. I like that. Now, when I started, I don't like it, but now it is better for me. I can do it on my own way,
Right.
and that I must say I feel there is in the past I do that. I take my oracle, and no, I don't do that more.
Mm-hmm.
I get messages. I don't understand a lot of things, but also.
That's beautiful. You're going through a spiritual acceleration. So that's beautiful. Wonderful. And you're in a good place for that here. Absolutely. So what would you like to shift, or what would you like to create or expand or change in how you serve people? And it could be about the money, but it could also be about the people that you serve, the number, how you serve them, what you do for them. It could be any answer to that question, not only about money.
The most I do to try to, my English is not so good, but I hope you understand.
We understand you. You're fine.
Yes. I try to do is to see the people. There is more in the life. And also there are many positive things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And when they look at the past, I always say, look there, you have learned a lot of the past.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And not the negative side.
Right. So you're helping them find, I call it finding the gifts. You know,
yes.
finding the gifts.
And then I say, okay, listen to me, but I try to give him more love and more things to go farther. And also healing are going boom.
Right. So would you call it life coaching or spiritual counseling, or would you call it more healing?
Yeah, I don't know what for name it is.
Okay. And do you have a website?
Yes, I have a website, yes.
Perfect. Can you tell us the website address? We'll take a look.
No, it is not so good, but it is only in the Netherlands. It is not English.
But that's okay. You can explain to me what it says, no problem.
Yeah. Marianne, this is my name. You see it, Marianne?
Yes.
And then, how must I explain that? Van Vlijmen.
You can type it. Do you want to type it?
Okay, I do it.
Type it into the chat. Yeah, take your time.
Chat, okay, I do it. Do you receive it?
I'm looking for it. Ah, there it is.
Yes? Okay.
Yes. Okay, let me get that. Okay, and that's very pretty. Oh, it even gives me a translate option. Nice. Okay, I'm going to share my screen.
But that is more my old way, eh? Now it changed a lot.
Right, I understand. I understand. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to find that. Okay, can you guys see my screen now?
Yeah.
With the plant and this nice pot. Okay, it has your name, and then I don't know what this praktik were, but healing something.
Practice for healing.
Practice for healing and awareness. Awareness.
Awareness, yes.
That's what it says when I hover my thing over it. Okay, good. Home, about me, treatments, contact. Okay, good. Oh, that's nice. It has a very clean, very nice, clean feeling. Okay, so let's check it out. Okay, so you have Reiki, you have Bach flower therapy, questions of life. What is really important? How can you handle your grief? Which dreams do you want to achieve? Spiritual guidance, point the way to the answers within yourself. Okay, telephone consultations. Okay, so we have the Reiki, relationship and coaching. And we want to add a little space there between Bach and remedy, just a little white space there. Just notice that. Okay, but I'm looking mostly for just the general look and flow, but I did just notice that. Okay, treatments, healing medium. Healing medium. Okay, one thing I would suggest is break the paragraphs up a little smaller. So
yes, mine whole it is
spread
an
it
old
out.
one.
Yeah, spread it out.
An
So
old one.
more white space.
Yeah.
Nowadays, the look for things is you want a lot of white space, so it's easier to read. That's all. About me. Oh, wow, look at that list. Okay. So if someone's on your website and they want to explore working with you, I'm not seeing any way to pay you, but what I'm seeing is to just like email you. Is that what you want them to do for a first step, to email you, or do you want
For a first step of they phone me? Yes.
Okay. And are you doing a lot of single sessions, or do you do mostly like you talk?
Yes, I have to do in when I the first time when we go to Germany, I have do that, but the most of the people here are coming from here in Germany, and my language is good in Germany, but the people are, this is very, how do you call that, Catholic? They are very difficult area where I live. They don't believe in that kind of things here in the neighborhood. And then I say, when they are coming, I have, I believe, once in a week. The rest I do on the phone.
Okay. Does it feel, we have a lot of things to look at, and we do, I usually go like in a lot more detail with people with things like website. Russell can talk to you about this, with your who you serve, how you describe it, and how do you reach them. Your heart-centered, love-based marketing,
Yes.
as well as the pricing and the packaging. And I feel like there's actually a lot of pieces that we want to get in place and expand here for you. And it feels like some of that we might need to do in kind of one-on-one, because it's more than we can do in one heart seat, but we'll do what we can, you know, in the heart seat, and we can explore whatever else. So the first thing you need to get clear on is, right now, you're like a jack of all trades, is how we say it in English. Like, I can do this, I can do this, I can do this.
Yes, yes, you have right. Yes.
And it's focusing more on the modalities. What you want to shift, if you want to help more people and make more money, do you want to help more people?
Yes.
Okay, just checking, because if you already have the right number, then we don't need to worry about expanding it. But if you want to expand it and actually grow your business, then this advice will be helpful. So if you want to help more people and you want to make more money, we need to focus on the benefits of what the benefits are. So you actually have the same home love assignment that I just gave Anna, which is to look through your notes and your records of your sessions you've been doing, because you've been doing this for how many years now? You've been doing this
I believe 15 years now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So you have a lot of
But
years.
now the last years, when we have not, we have a firma in the Netherlands.
Yeah.
And we have sold that, and then I do more.
Exactly, because you're freed up from the other work. So now
Yes,
you
yes,
can
yes, yes.
private practice. Exactly. So you're going to look through your notes and you're going to make a chart. You can write it in German. That's fine. But then we can translate it for me and for us into English. What we're looking for is, who do you most like to help? Like what kind of people? Who? It might be certain gender. It might be people in a certain stage of life. It might be parents or grandparents, or like for me, many of my clients, a lot of them are women, but many of them are women between age 40 and 75, you know, vast majority. I have some women who are a little older, some who are younger. I have some who are men, right?
Yes.
But the vast majority are not 20-year-olds, you know? The vast majority of my people, they already have some life experience. They already have got their college degree if they were going to have one. They already had their kids if they were going to have any kids. Maybe they have grandkids. And they're at a stage in life where they're like in the next phase. Like now, okay, what's the next phase for me, right? So that's my people. And most of them are women. But there are some wonderful exceptions to that, like Russell and Jason and Anil and so forth. So there are some male exceptions, but most of them are women. So we want you to get clear on who are your main clients and what do you help them with, you know, like what do you see as patterns that, wow, I'm really good at helping people with emotional healing, you know, or I'm really good at helping them with physical healing of their energy. They need more energy. They're tired. They're coming to me tired. They're stressed. I'm helping them with that. I'm helping them feel more relaxed. I'm helping them feel, you know, I'm helping people lose weight. I'm helping them improve their relationships, you know. So even though they might be coming to you with this thing on the plate, you're actually helping them with several things once they're working with you, especially if they work with you over a period of time for more than one session. You can help them with like multiple areas of their life, you know. So you want to look at what have you been already proven to be very good at and that you enjoy. Okay, so you have that same home love assignment.
What do you say? Sorry.
You have that same assignment of homework, like homework to do that. Okay, do you have any questions about that assignment?
No.
Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, good. When you feel into it now, let's feel into it right now. In your heart, because I can see that you have a lot of love in your heart, a lot of love you want to give to the world. Who do you sense that you're called to help? Like when you help these kind of people with this kind of situation, you feel so much joy. You feel so much satisfaction. and gratitude in your heart that you get to help people with this, because it's sacred, you know, it's holy to help people like in this way. What comes to you in your mind and heart? And you can have your eyes closed if you need to, if that helps you.
I feel also a lot of peace and happiness, and yes, unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. So do you feel like you're a peace and happiness specialist? Would you like to be specializing in peace, inner peace, helping people
I
find their
believe,
inner
yes,
peace,
yes, it
their
is more,
inner
yes,
happiness?
yes. Yeah, more inner
Beautiful.
peace, yes.
Beautiful. So inner peace and inner happiness. Wonderful. So what we want to do then on your website is focus on that. Focus on inner peace and inner happiness, you know? And you're going to talk about when they're first coming to you, what their life is like. They're stressed, they're busy, they're tired, they're having negative thinking, they feel frustrated, they don't know what to do, they feel like they're working really hard, but they're not really happy. Some of them have money, but then money didn't bring them happiness. Some of them don't have a lot of money, and that's causing more unhappiness, but they feel like they're stuck in a loop, you know? They have some issues with relationship, with health, with finances, with work, whatever. But they're looking for the happiness out here. This is the key, right? They're thinking, if only I improve my relationship, if only my marriage, I found the right partner, or my marriage was better, or if only I moved to this other location, or if only I got a raise at work, or if only I launched my business, if only I got my book published, if only I lost 30 pounds, I would be happy, right? If only I had more money, I would be happy. They may be thinking these things. If only this happened, I will be happy. But in truth, what you know is that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You have to find the happiness first. The happiness is coming in here, not based on out here. No matter what's going on out here, we can choose to be happy in here. We can choose peace, because we can't always change everything out here. Some things we can. But sometimes things are going to happen out here anyway, but we can change how we respond to it. We can change how we choose to feel about it and how we take action from there. We can choose our inner world all the time. We have control over that. So you are going to help them with their peace and happiness. And I think that's huge. Mazel tov. That's beautiful. That's beautiful to be a peace and happiness specialist, right? Can you think of some many millions of people that maybe need a peace and happiness specialist? Who needs help with peace and happiness? Probably like 4 billion people.
Yes, a lot of people. I think a lot of people.
A lot of people. Excellent. So you're going to own that you're a peace and happiness specialist. And so put that phrase on your website. I'm going to type that for you here. I am a peace and happiness specialist. I help you find your inner contentment and bliss and soul satisfaction now, no matter what is happening in your life. Because the key to your happiness is not out there. It's not someday when I blah, 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 blah. You can fill in the
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's today.
Blah, 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 yeah.
Right? You have the power. And my job and my joy is to help you claim your inner power and your inner path to joy. Right?
Super, super.
This kind of thing. We're going to put that in there. We're going to have more white space, spreading things out. Okay? And you're going to do for your homework, I call it home love, home joy, is you're going to make that chart. Okay? And then you're going to bring that, you can bring that to the next Guidathon or next time we get to connect. Okay? And we
Okay.
want you to start feeling more into that clarity of that. And then we're going to take a look at pricing and packaging. But we're going to do that next time. Next
Yes.
time or future session. All right, great. Good job. Yay.
Thank you very much.
Very good. My pleasure. My pleasure. I'm so glad
Thank you.
we heard you today.
Thank you very much.
Good.
Yes.
Fantastic. That's a huge insight right there, to own that you're a peace and happiness specialist. I feel like that's like a big takeaway, right?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Fantastic. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So we took care of, so who are we still waiting to take care of is Joy, Jan, and Lenka, right? Right? Okay, so who's next? Who wants to be next? Who's going to wave? Who's going to unmute themselves? Okay, Jan. Popping over. Jan's waving at me. Oh, look at your hair. It's blowing in the breeze. You look like you're in the York Peppermint Patty commercial.
Yeah, I have a fan on. No makeup, but I have a fan on.
You look gorgeous. You look glamorous. Do you remember the York Peppermint Patty commercial? When
Yeah.
I have a York Peppermint Patty, I feel the sensation. Joy's laughing. She remembered. You remember? Yeah. Like the wind and woo, you know. Okay, or Ricola on top of the mountain. So how can we support you today? Everybody send some love to Jan, because Jan, not only does she help manage the HeartSeats, even when we have the Guidathon with a little bit larger group, a lot of people, it's
And people get messages from me.
a lot of messages. Jan is reaching out. She's helping to herd all
Reminding
you beautiful
reminding
kittens and answer questions. And she makes the Angelic Money Reiki handout, the beautiful highlight transcript ebooks, and she makes a lot of the other ebooks. I'm creating the content and images. Sometimes Jan finds the images. The two of us, we work on that together, and she makes it beautiful. She helps to make all these beautiful documents beautiful for you. So we love you, Jan. We appreciate all you do for everybody here in Wisdom School. And how can we support you today, sweetheart?
That's really when I'm the happiest, is working on things for the Wisdom School or other things for a group.
Wonderful. And that's because it's part of your purpose, and I'm honored that this is part of your purpose. Thank you so much.
Right. And then I wrote you that there are other times, because the caregiver, and I haven't opened my own I Am Angelic Healing. I've done some healing, but I know I feel like I need to refresh and well, I can do it. Anna's HeartSeat was helpful. I know I can do it. I do not know that I am doing great works like saving somebody's life. I do have a suicidal friend that I've just reached out to. I've been counseling him, and yesterday, see if he'll, go out in nature. He's homeless right now, and work on his gratitudes, but I haven't heard back from him. So anyway, so I'm just going to jump in with some healings if he'll let me do it.
So what I would like to suggest for that friend, I have a few suggestions, is
Okay.
First of all, post on the Reiki group. We have, I'll put the links here for everybody, because some of you guys might not know about the Reiki
Okay.
groups yet. This is the large one, the public one. It has like 2,000
Okay.
people.
I
And I
didn't
would
think
put
of
that on
that.
there and ask them to send him Reiki. So let me put that link here. And everybody's welcome to join that free Reiki circle on Facebook. Okay. And people, of course, do prayers too, prayers and Reiki and stuff. So that's the free one. And then you, because you're a graduate, Jan is also a graduate of our Reiki training, as well as Russell. Yay. You have also to the Cloud Wing Mystic Light, the private one, which is like 50 people or something, So you can post on that one as well. Like, can you guys please send Reiki and angels and prayers too? And
Name is Ted Brandhurst.
Yeah, so you can put his
in
name there.
Illinois.
Yeah, perfect. So you'll put his name and his state, and
And I have
ask
to
him
look up
permission.
on my phone the town he's in. He was in Florida for a long time.
Okay, yeah, you can ask permission from him to, if it's okay to put his full name there. He'll probably say yes because he probably wants the help, but ask him permission. Otherwise, you can put his initials or his just first name and his last initial, however you want to honor that for his privacy, and then put those on there, and we can send prayers for him. The other thing you might suggest, this is just maybe sound crazy, but maybe he needs to get a session with Anna.
He doesn't, all he's got is a small Social Security, and I was trying to get him to drive to Washington State, and I'd let him live with me, with us. I put him in the dining room or somewhere. He's been a longtime friend and like a brother, but he said he does have enough money to make the trip, so.
I understand. Well, anyway, it's just an idea, but I mean, if a lot of us each put in $10, we could raise a fund for him for getting a session with Anna, if that feels appropriate to you, Anna, and if it feels appropriate to Ted. But that's just an idea, because we just heard about your miracle story of you
Right.
saved this man's life in one session, you know. The other thing that could be helpful for him, Jan, is you and I can talk separately about the Rosicrucian exorcism, which is a practice that you got in higher consciousness. It's not really in
Right.
Rosicrucian, but it's in higher consciousness, and that has been known to save people's lives too. I have heard that too. So we have a couple options there, right?
Okay.
Reiki prayers and healing for him, Anna maybe, Rosicrucian exorcism maybe. We got some options for him. So let us know how that goes. And now I want to focus the heart seat on you. I want to thank you too for bringing that to our attention. And we want you to get benefit too, because you're holding the space for a lot of people. Jan, you guys might not know, Jan is a caregiver for her husband, like full-time caregiver. So, and you know how caregivers are always giving and giving and giving. So this is your opportunity to receive. I want you to receive. What would you like to receive? For you, you deserve to receive.
Oh, well, there's a certain amount of trapped feeling and inertia where I just sort of sit there and don't get going and doing. I mean, it's like,
So tell me a little more about the inertia, the stuck feeling. What types of activities are they that you're feeling
well,
stuck about?
whether it could be anything, whether I have to get going to go to the doctor or get going to, not all the time, but get going to even, I didn't get the garbage cans out today. I was asleep.
Okay.
I've
How is
got
your
a
sleep?
dinner or,
So your get up and go just doesn't seem to be going too well at the moment.
right. When I finally get on to things like the money Reiki and stuff, transcript, I don't want to leave, and I'm annoyed that, oh God, I got to do blah, blah, blah. And I just want to keep on going till I get finished, you know?
So it's kind of the daily stuff of life that you're feeling,
Right.
like the resentfulness, like, I don't want to have to bother
I
doing
checked my chakras. The chakras are still good. I'm still quite heavy. I go up and down in water weight. And I know I love myself, but there's some more loving to do to have my tempo its correct weight and, you know, energy. So I think a lot of it is, God, he's still here. He hasn't passed yet. And I really wanted to leave 5 years ago, you know, and then now I don't want to leave him because
Well, he needs you. He's relying on you.
it's like he does love me. I do love him, but it's just the caregiver thing, the caregiver circle going around and around that I have to do for him before I can do for me. And sometimes I don't do for me. Sometimes I don't take my pills or my insulin or
Self-love and
So
self-care. Right. Okay, so let's do a healing prayer for you. We're going to do a healing prayer for you, which is also going to be a positive healing prayer for everyone. And Anna had a message for you there too, to stop thinking and let yourself feel your feelings more. And you need sea, like ocean, right? And you don't, how far away are you from the ocean? I mean, you're in Washington. You couldn't be too far from the ocean, right?
No, I'm not very far from Puget Sound. I'm on an island, so I can,
Okay.
in 10 minutes, I can be sitting on the beach.
When's the last time you went to the beach?
Long time.
Okay.
Well, I was having trouble walking there because my chiropractic stuff was out of whack, but I can walk now. And then I get nagged about leaving him. I'm the only time, if I have to go to the doctor, I have to go to the store, but just leaving him here when it's something just for myself, like sitting on the beach and.
Okay, so here's the message, one of the messages. You need, not just, oh, it would be nice. You need to fill your spring. You need to receive so you can give from a full cup, so you can serve and be of service to hold the space for your husband. You have to fill yourself. So here's my recommendation, and I totally agree with you, Anna. Vitamin C, SEA. Vitamin C is very, very, very healing, emotional healing, and especially because you have some stuff going on here emotionally. So when you go to the doctor, when you go to the grocery store, at least every other trip, maybe not every trip, but every other trip or more, tack on a little ocean time. Okay, it's going to be easier for you to do it that way rather than making a separate trip to go out of the house. You're already going out of the house to go to the doctor, or you're already going out of the house to go to the grocery store, right? So you're already leaving the house. You have that freedom with your time. Right. So you either need to leave a little earlier and go to the ocean for 15 minutes or half an hour before the trip, before the grocery, before the doctor, or after. You're going to tack it on onto the after of the errand. Okay, so how many times a week do you get out?
I do that sometimes. I do.
Yeah, but you said it's been a really long time since you've been to the ocean.
More on purpose to do that.
Yes, we want you to do that on purpose. Try to do it every time or every other time.
Route to take to go home. Mm-hmm. You know, if I go down this road instead of on the main road.
Exactly. Take the other route. So you go by the ocean, park the car, and even if you bring a chair, like a little folding chair in the back of the car, and you just carry your little folding chair and you just plunk it right there. You don't have to walk very far. You can just right there where you can see the ocean. You don't even have to go in it or put your feet in it, but you can if you want to. But even if
I can't, I'm too far from the actual ocean, the edge of Washington State. I'm way too far from that. Mm-hmm. But I do have Puget Sound, which is a big body of water.
That counts. Excellent.
And it is saltwater.
It is saltwater. Saltwater is super, super healing. So important. Okay, so what's your commitment that you're making to give yourself ocean time?
Every time or every other time, I tack on. I go the long way and go by the water and pull out my little chair and sit there and just
be. Your job is to be.
Yeah.
It's just to be. It's like, okay, I'm not going to look at the phone. Turn the phone like off or put it down, you know, try to just not even look at it. Now, on a logistical level, when you do leave the house and Norm is by himself, does he have a button he can pull or a cord he can pull if he needs it?
Nope. He
life alert
to the point that he doesn't work the remote control for the TV right. So there is a landline phone, but it is we get a lot of junk calls on it, and so it isn't so he can reach it. He can't get out of his chair very fast. But
can you get him one of those life alert necklaces? It's a necklace.
Okay, we've done that. And what he does, he tucks it in his shirt, and he doesn't remember from the dementia that he even has it. He's had a bracelet, he's had a necklace, he fell badly outside the house on the driveway, and he had his life alert on, but just that's a really shame. But he does not remember he has it.
He doesn't remember to use it. Okay, yeah, the dementia is that bad.
So I sent it back.
So can I ask you a hard question?
Sure.
I ask with love.
Right.
Does he need to go in a home? Like, does he need to go into a facility?
No.
They cost too much money, right? Is that what it is?
Well, what happens is, if he goes in the home, they take his money and they might even take mine.
Mhm.
And also, then if he has to live in this house because we're on a reverse mortgage, if he's no longer, they have us sign papers. They send us things.
Okay.
If he's not living here, then I am obligated to repay the loan, which means
Okay.
I would have to put the house up for sale, and then I'd have to find some place for me to live.
Okay.
And
Is there a program?
he enjoys his home,
Right, I understand.
and he built it and everything. Okay, the social worker, my last wound clinic, I have a new infection in my right big toe again.
Oh, let's send you some healing for that.
It was almost healed up. But they're real concerned that I'm getting reinfected just because I'm caring for him. And I step into stuff. And I'm loaded up with all kinds of phone numbers and programs and things to call.
Mhm.
People to call that people come in. There's a program that you pay $240 once a year, and you can get some respite care, but it's not something that's every week. So I have a stack of stuff. They're putting the pressure on me that I need help, and
You do. I'm adding my voice to that. You need other people to come in and
Right.
give you that respite so you can leave him alone and not feel guilty about it and not actually be endangering him because he can't help himself enough to even call for help if he should fall or something. God forbid.
right. He's got
He needs kind of a
his
constant
walker, but
caregiver.
yeah, you're right. I do feel guilty, but the daughter that lives on the island in the next couple of days is moving to Florida with her elderly husband.
Yeah, that does no. Okay, so let's get out of the spin and let's just breathe. And I'm going to personally bookend with you. We're going to do a healing in just a second. But I'm going to personally bookend with you, and everyone else can bookend too, meaning holding the space for a while. I want you to look through your stack of resources. Not right now. You're going to do this later. But like by Monday, okay? Today's Friday. Today's Thursday. Today Friday? Today's Friday. Thank you. By Monday, you will have looked through your stack of those resources with the respite care and these other things. And you need to make something happen. You need to make one or more of those things happen because there are programs for low income. You guys are living in a limited
Well,
fixed
our income is kind of medium.
I understand, but there are programs.
Edge.
Yeah, there are programs for your income level where someone could come in either free or low cost, and there may be volunteers. There may be a church in the area.
Yeah,
you have to reach out.
Of non-certified caregivers, but they've all had background checks that are lower priced than actual caregivers.
Exactly. And you need to stop worrying about money so much that you're like, oh, I can't do that $20 or that $30 or that $240. Ask God and the universe, do your money Reiki, do your Reiki, receive that. Okay, you need to choose, like, I am going to get this respite care. I'm getting these caregivers. I am doing that. You put your stake in the ground. You get yang. Okay, you get yang with it. I'm putting my stake in the ground. I'm getting caregivers. This is it. I can't keep giving constantly. He needs help. I need to have a life. I need self-care. I deserve self-care. I deserve time to myself. I deserve to go to the ocean. I deserve to have time to meditate and do my reading and do my spiritual practices and do my things that bring me joy. I need some freedom in my life and I need some care in my life. For me, I deserve that. And I'm doing that. Okay. Put your stake in the ground. I'm doing that. I want you to own that, fully own that. Okay. And then you just let the universe show you the how. You don't have to know the how right away.
Okay.
Claim it in the ground. Okay. I'm going to go get up for just a second. So I'm going to get the backup recording because the healing we're going to do for you, we're probably going to make a healing audio for it. So hang on one sec. I'll be right back. Everyone can take a little 1 minute stretch break if you want. Quickie stretch break.
I'm in the, I had noticed that Sage, as I get to know the different members.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I was doing getting my backup recording. What was that, honey?
I'll be quiet.
No, you can talk now.
But I had noticed that you have a certain number of 70-year-olds.
That's true.
Russ is a little farther beyond, but
There are definitely some.
We all want to still do things. We still want to contribute and do our work. So that's
Exactly.
I find that nice.
Exactly. You're not putting yourself out to pasture. You're just in your new stage of life. Like, okay, how can I be more of who I am? How can I accomplish?
Well, I want to have a healing practice, and I do some healing, but it's not really, it's not for money, and I'm kind of in Anna's boat a bit.
Right.
So,
Right. Absolutely. And I'm happy to help you with that. So let's come into our healing mode, and we're going to do healing, and I am going to put everybody on mute. And I'm so glad we're doing this for you today. Joy and Lenko, we're still going to get to you guys. And thank you, Russ and Anna, for holding the space. And Marjan. Okay, perfect. Excellent. We're going to do healing with Archangel Raphael right now, and whoever else wants to come through for your highest good. This is the healing for self-care, life balance, and revitalization. With me, Sage, and Archangels Raphael, Michael, and Gabriel. We, as your healing team, are here with you right now. We, as your healing guides, are here with you always. We are above you. We are below you. We are around you. We are behind you. And we are before you. And if you choose to allow us in, we are within you. This is Archangel Raphael as the spokes angel. You are being imbued and renewed right now with Reiki, with divine healing light. The word Reiki symbolizes life force, light source, energy. This is energy from God, of God, by God. This is energy of the earth, by the earth, and from the earth. This is energy to heal you ethereally and materially. So allow yourself right now to open all of your healing channels. You're opening your chakras, and you're opening your chakras within each of your chakras. Opening the Nadi, N-A-D-I points. These are like the acupuncture points of the body, and you're opening to allow a perfect healing matrix of light. The strength that you've been needing, you are now finding. You are now weaving and allowing this healing strength to be woven into your light matrix, into the very fabric of the energy of your being. The healing that you need is happening right now. Anything that you need to release and cast off and cast away, you are letting go of, you are saying goodbye to, you are breaking all and any ties with. You are setting yourself free from any vows with anything that need to be released. Any vows of poverty, any vows of hiding or playing small, you're releasing them now. Any vows of fear, releasing all of that right now. And choosing instead vows of love. Choosing the divine light flowing into your hands, into your fingertips, into your bones, into your blood, into your breath. And throughout every part of your being and all the way down into your legs. Noticing any colors. Any tingling sensations, warmth, and cool. Noticing where the old energy that doesn't belong to you, where is it going? Is it flowing down to the center of the earth? Mother Earth drinking it into her soil and turning it into flowers, beauty and magic. Is it flowing out on your breath? Just dissolving. We want you to allow yourself to declare aloud these empowerment statements. And these will complete this healing perfectly for you. I deserve to be perfectly supported. I deserve health, wealth, and happiness. I deserve peace, joy, and love. I bless myself with positive, loving thoughts. I bless myself with positive, loving touch. I bless myself with positive, loving actions. I bless and I am blessed. Peace is my path. Love is my way. God is my answer. My source is infinite. And therefore, I am now tapping into my infinite source. I am restored. I am revitalized. And I am renewed. I feel good and I feel God. I am God light in action. I am healthy, I am whole, and I am holy. We complete this healing with 3 thank yous. You can state them out loud or silently in your heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And these thank yous contain 3 layers of meaning. The first thank you was to the world. The second thank you was to God, your source. And the third thank you was to yourself. And all is well. This healing is complete. All right, beautiful. Excuse me, sorry about that. Frog in my voice. What we will do is clean up that recording a little bit. And we'll make a separate audio healing for you guys for that. And we'll put that in there for everybody for Wisdom School because everyone's going to benefit from that. Thank you, Archangels Raphael and Gabriel. Who is the third one? Was it Michael? I don't remember now.
Michael, yes.
Is it Michael? And thank you, Archangel Michael. I don't always remember when I'm channeling exactly what's coming through. So how do you feel right now, Jan?
I'm muted.
You're unmuted. Yeah, we can hear you. How do you feel?
Okay. Everything seemed to meld so that I'm like from edge to edge, a smooth, almost cloud. I'm feeling really good and happy and supported and loved.
Wonderful. Oh, wonderful.
And,
even just
yeah, there are burdens. I have burdens off of me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm ready to go and get going.
Yay. Wonderful. Good, 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 good. So I'll hear back from you, at least for me. You can email me or Facebook message me, like on Monday or sooner when you've gone through that stack of stuff and you're gonna take action on that stuff by Monday. Okay? And get
right.
that support in place, and we will have this healing audio ready. For
no,
us.
I will make a phone call today to at least
Good.
one.
Excellent. Yay! That's the attitude. Good. High five. Boom. Yay! Good job. Hooray! 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 That's great. Good job, Jan. Yay! So happy that we could support you. Thank you, angels. Thank you, angels. And
Gabriel, Michael, and Raphael are the ones that are most active for me.
Perfect. No wonder that's who helped run that healing. So thank you.
And I have the 5 angels with me all the time.
Wonderful. And when we re-listen to that healing audio, we might want to pull out some of those affirmations and, write them down or put them on little cards.
Right.
Or whatever you like to do for the affirmation. And remember, everybody, guys, there's a really cool ebook in your portal. I think it's in the silver side. That's called Putting Your Affirmations on Warp Drive. So if you haven't read that yet and you want to improve your practice with affirmations so that they actually work better and help you to create and attract the life you want to be living, check that out. That's a cool resource to check out. Put your affirmations on Warp Drive. I think it's in the silver side, I'm pretty sure. So congratulations, Jan. Yay! Have a great weekend. And I look forward to you hearing the good news when you get this respite support in place, and also the good news when you are treating yourself to your little ocean stints. And then as you have more caregivers in place, you can have more time for meditation,
Right.
for your spiritual practices, for writing, for reading, for your healing business. We can help you get that going more, and for whatever nurtures you and fills your spring. So lots of love. All right, and I'm going to pop over to Lenka. Thank you, Jan, for the opportunity to serve you today. So good for you in receiving. And Lenka made it. Yay!
Yay!
I'm so glad. And thank you for
Me
being with us.
too,
I
me
hope you
too.
had a good trip. You had a good plane trip.
Yeah, it was quick, but it was 2 hours delayed, so that's why I couldn't be with you from the beginning. But I
Oh, so
made
you
it,
can-
at
you can
least.
catch the rest of the replay, and you're here. So that's wonderful. Fantastic. And what would you like support with today?
That's a good question. When I was listening to what you were talking about, even then the little bit with Anna, and then with Jan, then afterwards, and with Marianne also, I realized that for me, because I'm learning so many things, and I don't know if the time is not right to get out there and start really doing things, or I don't know where to focus, or the realization I had when I heard the ladies before talking was that I have that feeling I'm never ready.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I was wondering what the angels would have there for me, and I guess that we're gonna work on it then during the next week.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so glad we get to do that immersion next week. That's great. Okay, so let's take a good look and feel. Okay. So the concept of am I ready is slightly different than is it the right time, right? Because there's an inner readiness, like am I ready? Like what am I ready for? Or is there anything else I need to do to become ready? And then there's out here, like timing wise, like other people and plans and family and needs and stuff. So I'm getting a lot of energy for you on August. Like July, you still have some, I don't know if you have family things going on or trips or some pieces in the puzzle of like calendar, like kind of busy calendar. Is July kind of busy? Is it looking?
Yeah.
Yeah. So July, it's like, it's okay to give yourself permission that it's not like a kind of launching out of the gate month. It's sort of the preparation. It's preparing. It's, you know, the horses, before they come out of the gate, they have to be fed and they have to be clean and they have to be practicing and they have to be petted, you know, and encouraged, right? And then when the gate is open, boom, then you have a ready horse going out. So this month is still for you about like some preparation, but it's not the kind of preparation like what you were doing for a long time of thinking. A lot of it is like, I have to get another training, or I have to, you know, learn. It's similar to Anna of like, you don't need so many modalities, you know, you have enough modalities, you know. Yeah, you might want to sometimes we add on this, sometimes we add on that, and that's okay, right? If you're guided to something strongly. But you can, even if you still occasionally add on another modality or 2 or 3 or whatever, you can be in service now. So as far as being in service, you're beyond ready. It's just a matter of like timing, as far as logistical timing, you know, of things like that. So in your ideal world, what is your vision? Do you have a clear vision for your soul work business?
Yeah, I think that I'm slowly getting there. I would like to have a center where I can teach yoga and have retreats and work with women and with children as well. And there would be pregnant women and moms, like new moms, and helping them with the transition to the motherhood. And then also the 60 golden age plus, where they would be empowered and really supported in still being able to do things and encouraged to do things. Yeah, no, it's just like it's a lot of things to do, I think, with healing the feminine and empowering the feminine. And then the new generations stepping in and creating community, making doing circles for women and starting again these kind of talking and the tradition of passing the knowledge from the elders to the younger children and learning about the life through this. I think this is what we are missing a lot. And also I would like to do some rituals and rites of passage and initiations to another stages of life. Even, you know, like the basic things which we are not doing anymore, like the menarche, or there's loads of it, you know, like it's like what I would like to do.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I don't know where to go, where to start, and I don't know if when I start doing these kind of things, like if this is going to be the thing. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I think that's why maybe it's a little bit that I'm doing all these trainings, that I'm still kind of finding myself.
Yeah.
And finding the joy, like the joy for the heart. So
that's actually a rather clear vision, I would say, because there's so much passion and love. When you said all that, you can listen to the replay later and look at the beautiful, wise woman who said that. Who's this wise woman that said all that? Wow. Right? Isn't it like, wow, you wish you had that when you were first having your menses, or you were coming into womanhood, you know, and first kind of dating and first kind of finding your body and learning to love being a female and learning to love being a woman and your sexuality, and then preparing for motherhood. Wow, pregnancy, like how miraculous. What is more miraculous than that? What is more powerful than nurturing life and bringing life. And then what is more important than raising the children well, but also taking care of the mom, taking care of herself? Because just like with Jan as a caregiver with her husband, if we are as caregivers of children, we can't keep give, because then we get depleted and depressed and burned out and we lose ourselves. We have to do it in a way that's balanced and that's healthy and that's joyful. So we can be fully present when we're being mom, when we're momming, you know, we're fully present with that and not feeling guilty about this other thing we have. Oh, we should be doing this. No, we are fully present with the children. And when we're doing the other thing, you know, like our business or creative work, our spiritual practice, whatever it is, we're doing this over here, we can feel present with this. This is our time for this, you know, and there's a beautiful balance and a beautiful flow. And I love your vision. Your home love, you have unique home love. Your home love is to write that up into a vision statement and put it in present tense. Okay, so you're taking a time journey into the future. You went through this beautiful portal. For you, I feel like it's a purple portal. Ooh, purple.
Yeah, that's my violet flame.
That's the violet flame portal, exactly. You're going into this violet flame portal, and in there, you have the complete transmutation that you need. And on the other side of this portal, this statement is your truth. I am so grateful and overjoyed and so full of love because my healing center for women and families is a central hub in my community and in my entire area. I get the honor of serving hundreds of women, or however you like to say it, thousands, whatever. You know, I have the honor of serving all these beautiful women and children and their partners and the families, and helping them to co-create lives of love and balance and health and vibrancy and healthy communication, you know, and spirituality, and really tuning into what's important and honoring their values and their natural rhythms and so forth. So I'm just kind of brainstorming here, heartstorming with you, as you can, I can really feel your vision with you because I really get it, right? I support that. And I feel like everyone needs this in their neighborhood. Like all women need this, right? I mean, in some indigenous cultures, they have that. They have their indigenous village. They have their village elders and all the generations that come together, and they live in that way. But in our more so-called modern society, we have lost this village. We have lost this sense of center and tribe and support. And everyone's trying to do it in their own little household, in their own little island, you know. And we have to be there for each other. So you are here as really a medicine woman and a leader. And to do it in a way that's a non-leading kind of way. In a sense, like leader, but like egalitarian, like equal, like a circle. You know, like in a circle, there isn't one leader. Everyone is equal, you know? So I totally get that. So there's a lot for you also to journal about this. And one other download I'm getting, you totally got this about the rites of passage and the ritual and yoga and healing and classes and sessions for people with the different modalities and group sessions. A couple of other pieces, I feel like there's some art pieces to this. There's some music. There might even be like some theater, like some drama, like, you know. So it's like very, because your center, it's very multiple modality, you know, like people learn in different ways and they express in different ways. So you have movement and you have dance and you have drumming and singing and, you know, maybe some art workshops. You don't have to be the expert in every single one of these categories, by the way. You don't have to be the one that teaches every single workshop, every single class, does every single session. You are the leader. It's your vision. The whole place is like your place, right? But you have other people that are very good at this and are very good at this and are very good at this. And you intuitively co-create something that's absolutely magical. I'm excited. I can't wait to see your opening day and cutting the ribbon and celebration of your party for opening your center, you know? It's very real. It feels very real. And sometimes I've had some other people who like, sometimes people have a vision, but it's like not really what they're supposed to do, or it's like too big. It's like too big. But no, for you, it's supposed to be this big. Like,
Okay.
it's like, that's totally doable. Like it feels totally like, yeah, of course, you know. Yeah. So I'm excited for you. And that, I think it's very, very beautiful. And you may even like model this to inspire, you know, other people in other areas, you know. And then there's the online piece to it too, where you can do online stuff too, and online circles and, you know, interviews and classes and things. So you'll get there. But the physical in person, it's right now your focus, like having a center, people in person, because you have the movement, the yoga, you know, a lot of it's more like, and even the ritual, like it's better in person, you know, rites of passage, it's more powerful. So that's great. Yay!
Thank you. I will keep dreaming.
Validation, and then write up your vision statement.
Yeah.
And we end it with this or something better, God's will be done, or this or something better, thy will be done, like is speaking to the divine, you know, goddess, God, whatever, however you like to say that, you know, this or something better, divine will be done, you know, and 100% positive, but just write it out, draft, don't try to censor or edit it, just like free flow it. Then you go back and you can edit it and improve it and so forth. All right. And then can you share it with us, with all of us on our Facebook group when you're done? Yay. Okay. So you're going to put it on Facebook group. What day is it going to be done?
Let me pack for holidays, please. Or let me arrive back home first.
Oh, absolutely. So 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month?
I think a month, because we're gonna be traveling from one country to another, and I might have some time where I can daydream and just
definitely
jot down things. So
perfect.
yeah, I think a month.
Today is the 5th. Will you be back enough and landed enough by August 5th? Does that feel like a good day?
Yeah, it might be. Yeah.
5th is okay? Okay, good. So we're going to put 8/5. This is your lifeline date. Due date. Okay, perfect. Excellent. Yay! Good job, Lenka. Would you like a hug?
Thank you, please.
Hug.
Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, your July is meant to be like gypsy, you know.
It is already.
You know, like a butterfly.
I'm already on journey. Yeah.
You're already, exactly. You just had your flight, but you still made it here today. So good for you. Wonderful. And I'll look forward to speaking with you again very soon. Have a wonderful weekend.
Me too. You too, guys, everyone. Thank you. Thank you, Sage. Thank you, angels.
Thank you, angels. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so Joy, you're next, babe. Let's get you in the center here. Hey, there you are. Wonderful. How are you, sweetie? And what can we support you with today? I know you're already getting all kinds of ideas and healing and things with everyone else's HeartSeats, because that's how it works. But what can we support for you? Like just super focused for you.
Clarity. I think clarity. I'm really confused as to why I have shut down my ability to see auras and the journaling, you know, spiritual guidance through my journaling. And a lot of it, I know I've isolated with my autoimmune issues with the disability. But it feels like I've closed off a lot of things. I don't know why. I don't understand. So clarity with that, I think.
Perfect. Yeah, there's a sense of being closed off or isolated or hiding behind a wall or something with both of them. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Right.
Excellent. Okay, so let's feel into that. Thank you, honey, for the opportunity to support you today.
Thank you.
Beautiful Joy. It's me, Archangel Michael. Mike at the mic. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes.
Yes, yes.
A question for you to ask yourself, dear heart. What do you need to give your big yeses and yesings to? I know I talked about this before. You still need to do this. Not just think about it, not just talk about it, not just write about it, not just dream about it. You need to do it. You need to make an actual list. I want you to make a list in your journal on your yesings that are blessings. My yesings that are blessings. And some of them are things that you're already experiencing, that you just need more of, or you want more of, or you want to experience in a more conscious, present, heartful, grateful way. And some of your yesings and blessings are things that you have not been getting enough of, or you've never done. So give yourself permission to really feel into that. Because in your deepest heart of hearts, there is more. There is more for you, and there is more of you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Good. Now, let's take a look specifically at this. Why did I shut down my intuitive and psychic and healing gifts and abilities? And how do I open that back up? Right?
Right.
There are actually multiple moments when you shut that down or turn the volume down. Sometimes it's not so much an on-off switch as more of a gradated like volume button. Okay. So there's been more than one time that you've like turned down the volume. Once was in your childhood. Once was long, long ago. Many, 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 many lifetimes ago, about 15 lifetimes ago. And part of it is from your mother lineage. So it's her stuff that got passed on to you, which you do not want to keep carrying and you do not want to pass on to the future generations. So, are you ready to heal all of these?
Yes.
When?
Now.
Good. Good answer for $20 million. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. Sage and I like to get a little silly sometimes, and that's okay. Silly is good. So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to unravel this, and we're going to heal it in this lifetime first. The mother lineage is going to be dealt with separately, and you can either experience that through some of the resources we already have in the Wisdom School, or some separate session time, or another HeartSeats Guidathon. You'll see. It'll become clear. But that piece is going to be dealt with separately. We're going to deal with the other two pieces that are from your lifetimes and soul, so to speak. So first of all, going back to the childhood. We're going back, and we're going back, and we're spiraling back, and we're spiraling back, and we're going back. Boom. Right there. Now you may have different levels of knowledge, images, sensations. It's okay. You're doing this in a way that's safe. And anything that you relive, you are relieving it. You're just setting yourself free from it. Any knowledge that you need to have, any conscious awareness, you get to have that. You get to keep that. You get to turn the ones into wisdom. You get to make a new choice. And anything that you don't even need to have conscious awareness of, it's fine, right? Who cares? Just let it go. Done. Just done with it. So part of what this is relating to is because as a child, sometimes you were very open and you did not have the proper training. You did not have a mentor. You did not live in a culture that supports you as a young psychic child, right? You had things going on and you didn't know who you could talk to about it. When you tried to talk to someone about it, the rare times that you did, they didn't get it. They shut you down. And they judged you and shamed you and just, right, blocked you out. So that told you, oh, I better not talk to people about that. But still, things would happen and you didn't know how to deal with it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going back in time. We're going to do a shamanic redo. Okay. So we're going to experience one moment from your childhood when you had a psychic knowledge or vision or sense of things. And you might have a memory of what that is, or you could work with this in a composite kind of way. It's all good. And what we're doing is we're giving her the mentor that she needed. Do you know who gets to be the mentor that she needed? You do. You, your modern day adult self. You who have had all these more generations, in a sense, of decades of life. You have a lot more wisdom. You have a lot more knowledge. You have more life experience. And you have compassion. You have compassion for her. So you are here with your younger self, and you get to be the mentor for her. You get to be the shaman for her. You get to be the wise woman for her. You get to be the elder for her that she needed. So your younger self is talking to your shaman self, your wise woman, medicine woman self. And she's asking questions and she's getting answers. And she's getting healing. And she's getting healing tools. Do you see yourself imparting this light to her? Maybe even giving her gifts. And we want you to teach her right now, and this is going to be an ongoing conversation, by the way, that you get to have with your past self and selves, and with your future self and selves who are advising you, because they are even smarter and wiser than you are. So it works across all time and all space, all realms and all dimensions and all realities. How awesome is that? You're welcome. So you're having this conversation with her where she's kind of like your apprentice, right? And you're explaining to her, oh, honey, it's okay. That wasn't your energy. And you're explaining to her, oh, honey, you just need to put your boundaries up first. You just need to take care of your shielding. And you're explaining to her, sweetheart, here's where you get your energy restored. You touch the trees. You have nature time. You work with the elements, right? You're teaching these things to her. You're teaching her to listen to the sun and the moon and the stars and the waters and the winds and the rocks, the plants and animals. And you're teaching her to trust herself. So how does she feel now? How does your younger self feel right now?
Empowered.
Wonderful.
Empowered.
So much better.
Safer.
Exactly. She feels safer. She feels more empowered. She feels more seen and more heard, like somebody gets her. She feels like she has someone she can rely on, she can ask questions of. And she feels like, you know what, I can handle this. It's okay. I just needed some skills. I just needed to know how. No one was here, and now I have a teacher. My teacher is here. And she's giving you a hug. Oh, that's so sweet. She's so thankful. She's crying with gratitude. Tears of joy. Tears of joy. Beautiful. Now, the other piece, remember there's 3 pieces to this particular healing for you. The other piece that we're going to take care of today, as much as you are ready, willing, and able to handle, is in your dreams tonight. you and I, with your highest self, governing and guiding, orchestrating and coordinating, we're going to have a healing dream journey. Okay? And in the healing dream journey, you get to travel all the way back as far as you need to wherever you need to go, to clean up that old pattern at the original source. And it doesn't really matter if you remember the dream or if you just remember parts of it, or if you just remember the feeling that it brings you, a feeling of freedom, feeling of expansion, feeling of relief, a feeling of happiness, feeling of celebration and jubilation even, and elation. Because you will remember whatever you need to, and at the level of your soul, your energy, your consciousness, your highest self, and all aspects of your being, it will be all taken care of. How does that sound to you?
Good.
Wonderful. I am here for you. Sage is here for you. This beautiful community, this beautiful tribe is here for you. Archangel Raphael is here for you. And he says you're very welcome. And he says to tell you that he wants to work more with you with your oils.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a conversation you'll have with Archangel Raphael. You can let Sage know if you need any help with that or desire any support with that. And you are very, very, very blessed and loved. This is Archangel Michael signing out for now and still with you.
Thank you. Blessings.
Thank you, Michael. Oh, wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow, beautiful. So special to have him just completely take over your heart seat like that. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Archangel Michael.
Thank you, Michael.
Wow, I love what he did with helping your modern day self serve as your medicine woman, wise woman, teacher, and mentor for your past self. So,
Right.
and it's not only a one-time thing, like as he said, and I do remember what he said. That's a relationship that now you have more of an ongoing relationship with your past selves and with your future selves. So that's great. And everyone here who needs that, everyone who wants some aspect of healing with your past selves and your future selves, you get to own that. You get to choose that. You get to align with that. We all get to do that, and each of us in our own way. Beautiful. Oh,
Yeah.
blessed.
He did that so I'd trust.
Yeah. That's right. How do you feel right now?
Like crying.
Oh, happy tears, just like your younger self. I saw her like grabbing onto your legs because she's like little, you know, just kind of grabbing onto you, and happy tears, you know.
Me too.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we all give you a hug, Joy?
Please.
Hugging the joy.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you.
Mwah. So take some time. I feel like water, the healing element of water is really important for you. So drink some water, splash your face, take a bath, take a shower, whatever you need to. Give yourself some extra wateriness tonight. Does that make sense?
Yes.
However, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like. Maybe you go to the river, maybe you go to the lake, you know, whatever. Just whatever feels watery and wonderful. Watery and wonderful. Yes. All right,
you.
very cool. Yeah. Oh my gosh, absolutely. Grateful. Wow. You guys, this has been just phenomenal. I actually feel kind of teary and just really grateful, really grateful. What an incredible start, right? For a lot of you, it's your first Guidathon. Some of you have been to Guidathons before. Some of you have worked with me in other ways before, and with the angels, and it's just all perfect. You know, I'm so thankful to Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Gabriel. I feel like we also had assistance from Jesus Christ, Yeshua, Mother Mary, lots of forms of the Divine Mother Goddess. We have Saint Germain, we have the Violet Flame here, we have Isis, we have Kuan Yin, gosh, just the earth and the air and the fire and the water and the sun and the moon and the stars and the earth. Yay! It's just like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sending you guys huge blessings and just a couple of like lookings forward, and then we'll complete for today. So lookings forward, we have some really awesome stuff coming into Wisdom School this month. Of course, we always do. But two things that I know we're putting into the school this month. One is a beautiful healing video. Russell, you can speak to this. Russell was the first person on the planet to see this healing video that I channeled of Archangel Raphael running the healing a few weeks ago. And hardly anyone has seen it. Like Russell, I think you and Jan and Mark are the only people who've seen it so far. So that, you know, it was just one of the most powerful things I've had the honor of creating, especially in a video format like that. And I know videos, a lot of us love that interactivity with videos and just the sense of seeing as well as hearing, you know. So you're going to have the Archangel Raphael healing video. That's coming up. You're also going to have the Create True Prosperity Now channeled book, which is 167 pages. This is one of your bonuses, right? We promised you these bonuses. And so keep an eye out for that. Where do you see those things? They're going to show up in your actual portal. They're going to show up in your silver side or your gold side of your portal when you're logged in to your Wisdom School. And then I also announce when I put something new into the Wisdom School, I almost always announce it in our Facebook group. So you'll see if you come to our Facebook group, you know, every day or 2 or 3, whatever kind of works for your rhythm, but come in there fairly often and connect with us. You'll see like, hey, you know, new resource, or sometimes I do a thing now too called spotlighting a resource, because we have a lot of goodies, 7 or 8 months worth of goodies that a lot of you haven't had a chance to see at all, or you've had just a little chance to see. And even the more established students who've been with us from the beginning, like quite a lot of them have, they haven't seen every single resource, right? So every now and then I'm going to be like doing these spotlights on things to kind of like, whoa, pay attention to this one, you guys, go dive in and enjoy it. So that's going to be great. We have 2 Guidathons this month, right? You guys are the special super duper elite, woo, who got to come to this one today. We will put the replay up for the gold. So the replay for this will be in gold. If you are one of the people who was invited to this and you're not in gold, which is only 3 of you, you will also have the replay for this. So don't worry. If you had an invitation to this live, you will have the replay for this. And everybody in gold has the replay for all the Guidathons. There's some really cool stuff in those older Guidathons that you weren't maybe even a member for yet. So please enjoy those too as you're guided. And you can skim through stuff or you can watch. It goes in depth as you like. So next Friday, the 12th, exactly a week from today, we have another Guidathon. So wow, boom, only a week apart. And that's going to be at 11 a.m. Pacific. Your details for like, hey, when are those sessions? When are the live sessions? That's in a schedule that's in your gold side, because the rest of the live sessions are for the gold students, and that's in your gold and your welcome module. Okay, so make sure you print that out and then write everything in your calendar and all that good stuff. And then we have Angelic Money Reiki on Friday the 19th. So it's like 3 weeks in a row we have something. The Angelic Money Reiki doesn't meet on Zoom like this. That meets actually in the Gold Wisdom chat. It's a Facebook Messenger run session. I know that sounds kind of weird, like what, a typed session? But trust me, right? And Jan and Russ, who've been in the previous Angelic Money Reiki program that we used to have, that's how it started out, and it works. It's a different way of connecting. There's a lot of typing. It goes kind of fast. You don't have to attend it live. You don't have to attend it live at all. Or you can just beyond the typing a little bit or whatever. I know that the time for that doesn't work fantastically for the people in Europe. So every few months or so, I have a bonus angelic money Reiki session that's just for you guys in Europe. So you have one, I think, in September. So we do remember you, but keep in mind, you'll have the transcript of the whole angelic money Reiki session, and you'll also be included energetically because there's a lot of remote beaming and transmission and symbols and prayer and magical things going on that you don't even need to read any words. It's just this magic is happening. Okay, so you're all included, and everybody who's in gold gets all that. So that's pretty much what we've got coming up for you here. And I'm so overjoyed to be here with all of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And let's take a few moments to just give thanks. Wow. So much happening in this session. It's just like amazing to absorb and witness with one another and to integrate. Thank you, God. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you, angels. Thank you to all of our loving guides. We so appreciate you. We so feel your love. We love you. And I ask that you continue to bless up and watch over every single one of us here in Wisdom School of Light and all of our loved ones. And we also ask that you bless our past students and clients, and our future students and clients, everyone that we're here in this tribe, in this sphere. This is a sacred place. Thank you for this temple of light that we co-create together. Thank you for your wisdom, and thank you for your love. And we welcome all of the very, very, very best miracles. Amen. Hooray! And unmute everybody. Okay, woo! Let's have a big woo! Hooray, hooray, hooray! So, group hug, one more group hug.
Group hug. Group hug.
Yay! I love you guys. Thank you for being here. And we will talk to you next week if you can join us live for the Guidathon next week, which will start an hour earlier than this one did. And we'll be seeing you over on our Facebook group. So come play with us, you know, and it's wonderful. The gold level is really close to full. I think we only have like 2 openings left. And I'm not doing any more like marketing, promotion, getting the word out. Like I'm done. I'm taking a break from that for a while. You know, you can only do that like so much, you know. But for me, it's an act of love. It's like, hey, we love you. Welcome, welcome. This is what we have. And it's all perfect. And it's just done with so much heart. But there's also times to just like not even have to think about that. So, but if you at any point, you know, think of someone you know who you're like, oh my God, this is perfect for this person, you can still pop them over to the website, which is Archangel Michael wisdomschooloflight.com. And there might or there might not still be a gold opening left. And some of you guys who are in silver, you guys might even upgrade to the gold and those remaining golds. I don't know, whatever. It's all good. And it's okay if we still have a couple of openings too. It's fine. It doesn't always have to be full. It's whoever's needing to be here is here. And I hope that you guys have a beautiful weekend. Oh, one other thing really quick for those of you who are brand new, we have 2 special days of the week that we try to come to the Facebook if you feel so inclined. And you don't have to, right? But it's just something fun that goes on. Saturdays and Mondays. Saturday, we have what's called S3, which stands for spirit. It stands for self, spirit, and social in whatever order you put those S's in. So it's about helping us have that life balance, you know, and on the weekend, we're typically not doing like work, like job work or business work as much or at all for most of us. So it's like, okay, what do I want to do with my time, you know, with my free time? So we share there, and we could like put fun pictures of the nature hike we took with our granddaughter, or going to our kids' play, or swimming at the river, or hugging the tree, or whatever, you know. And we just kind of share there with each other our intentions for a weekend with life balance, where we have time for self, time for spirit, and time for social with our loved ones. And then M3 is on Monday, which stands for Monday Mission with Michael or Message from Michael. I'm always changing that. I think it's Mission with Michael. It could be M4. It could be Monday Message Mission or Mission Message with Michael. But anyway, what it is we think it's Monday. It's a great time to tune in with Archangel Michael and ask for guidance for my week. like, okay, it's Monday, you know, because Monday, a lot of us do get into the saddle of work, you know, but even if you don't, even if you're like, you don't have a job or a business or whatever, it's still like Monday. It's a good day to think about your purpose. It's a good day to think about, how can I be the best me that I can be this week? You know, how can I be God's hands and voice this week? So we take some time to sit with Archangel Michael in our own way. You can do some wisdom school practices, or you can do some intuitive journaling, or you can just kind of pray or meditate or talk to him, you know, however you want to do that. So it's just a little gentle reminder to us to kind of tune in, take some time to be with Archangel Michael in your own way on Monday, and ask him to guide you on your mission and your purpose. So we got S3 and we got M3. So maybe I'll see you guys over there. And you can come on anytime. It's not like you can only come on those times, but it's kind of fun to have like a rhythm with them. So there you go. Any other questions? Does anyone have any other questions about the portal, or about like how we do wisdom school, or anything? Like, everybody getting into the portal okay? Are you getting into your stuff? Okay, good. I like to hear that, because we actually switched systems a few months ago, and the new one I think is so much easier. It's so much better. Do me a favor though, one thing, when you do any kind of resource in there, whether it's you watched a video, or you listened to an audio, or you read the channel message, whatever it was, click at the bottom. There's a little thing that'll say complete or done. Click that. The reason I want you to click that is because I actually snoop on you. I have a thing on the back end, and I can see what progress you're making. I want you to make progress. I want you to log in there occasionally or often, whatever, and be moving through the stuff. So when I look and I see that somebody has no progress points, they're called engagement points, but they're like points that you get just for moving through the stuff. If you don't have points happening for like a week or two, you know, Jan or I, right, might like reach out to you and be like, hey, you know, are you okay with the wisdom school stuff? Are you just busy? Did you have a problem? Do you need help with downloads? You know, whatever. Like, we actually care. We care. We want to make sure that you're like progressing and succeeding and getting the most from it. So what happens is, if you watch a resource and you don't click that little button at the bottom, it doesn't show me that you even opened it. Okay. But if you click, I think it says done or complete. I'm pretty sure it says complete. But I think the word complete was scaring people, like, oh no, if I click complete, then I won't get to see it again. Not true. If you click complete, it's still there. All right. It's still there in your same module, whether it was silver or gold. The thingy is still there. You can always go back to it. You can always open it again, whatever. Okay. But if you want me to see that you peeked at it, click complete. So I know, like, you know, you're moving along. So that's it. I just care. I'm a teacher who cares. What can I tell you? That's how it is. So I love you all very much. And I hope you have a great, beautiful, beautiful weekend. And here's to more magic together, right? I'll see you next week. All right.
See you. Thank you. Bye.
Lots of love. Thanks for being here today, guys. It was a great session. Everybody did great. Lots of love.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.